Okay, we are live.
Good evening.
Good evening and greetings, shalom to everybody out there. We give thanks and praise. Thanks for joining us today. We got extra special live for you today. For all those that have joined us throughout the week through our series of purification by fire, I told you earlier in the week that we were going to extend that purification by having some special guests um, join us, and they are indeed are special. As you can see from the title, it's East meets West, but still the same test. And I got that title for my wife just yesterday. I don't know what we was watching, but you was like East Coast versus West Coast, and I was like, great, that's the perfect title for today's life because we have T3 and me from the East Coast in Tanzania. We have Alita Israel, who's in Ghana, where we are. So we can see her on the green room. Yeah. And, you know, this live is going to be something special. I know it is. I know the Father has anointed this live. He has ordained this live to happen. Me, Alita, and, Tim and his wife, we have all been speaking about, just coming together in unity since some of the stuff that's been going on with our individual lives out here in Ghana. And I really want people to get a clear understanding of, what that has been. I know many of you may have heard our stories individually, but, due to time and stuff, we always rush it. And I've never really heard how it makes people feel or how it's impacted their lives, how it's impacted their family, how they may have changed their outlook or their perception. So I really want to, dig deep into all of that today. So, this is a free for all type of live. So although I have some questions I'm going to be asking our guests today, I just really want to encourage them to be free and speak their truth because it's the truth that will set you free.
Absolutely.
And we are all children of the Most High. So, I'm going to speak my truth. I'm going to speak my truth regardless. You know how Mr. King does it. But I'm going to do it in a very different way today. I'm going to leave the Jamaica at home and I'm going to bring Mr. Daniel King, who, even just today I'm discovering who he really is. But we'll get into that. You have anything to say?
Yeah, I'm an advocate, if you don't know already, for speaking your truth. And because like you said, that is the only thing that's gonna set you free. And as someone who once was stifled in that area, and I feel like honestly my voice was captured at a point in my life, for many reasons. The liberation that I felt since I started first acknowledging my truth and no longer denying it, but then speaking it, and how many people that I was able to impact because they resonated with my truth and it encouraged them and it empowered them to do the same. So yeah, let's heal.
Yeah, I encourage questions. We will get to the questions at the end, but I do encourage them. Like, for those that may be looking to take this journey, it's important that you have your questions answered and you get an understanding of what this journey has been like. I make reference to the live we did a few days ago, which was entitled The Chosen Ones or The Leaders or Shepherds. And that's how I see everybody that's about to come on this live. Whether they feel that The Chosen Ones is too grand for you, well, how about you take shepherd or a pioneer or leader?
Yeah.
Because that's what we are. Like, take it or leave it, that's what we are. The battle scars are evidence that that's what we are.
Oh gosh, the battle scars. You just put it like that.
That's
Wow.
what it is.
It
The
is.
battle
It's true.
scars are evidence of what we are doing out here. And I've seen the trials and tribulations through both of our guests today. And I felt their pain along the way. and I've also felt their joy. So, you know, I was there watching Alita when she had her office, you know, built, and
she got her gate for
she got a gate, and I'm like,
those milestones.
those little milestones, and you
the
know,
wall was completed.
yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, at that point, I just thought to myself, where is the enemy? Where is he? No, I thought, where is he?
Because you know he's just lurking.
Because I know he's lurking. I know he's lurking. But he chose, you know, a time to pounce. And he did. And the same with T3 and me. I see what they're doing, and I see some of the trials and tribulations they went through. And I even spoke with Tim a while ago, and we were meant to hook up on a live. But at that time, brother, we was in the thick of it. Like literally, we was in the trenches. Like, so I couldn't even, I responded to you, but I couldn't even, you know, I couldn't even get to that stage. But here we are today, and the Most High works in divine timing. So first of all, I am going to bring in the queen of
Miss Alita Israel.
of the Cape, I'm gonna say Cape Town. of Cape Coast. of Cape Coast. Miss Alita Israel. Welcome.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, sis. How you doing?
So welcome.
I'm good. Can you hear me okay?
Ah, we can hear you great. We can see you, we can hear you.
Yeah.
All is well. So how you feeling about tonight?
No, I'm feeling real good. Look, before we even continue, let me say 3 things, quick things. Tim,
Go
first
ahead.
of all, Daniel, first of all, the next time you pray like that, before a live, and then press the live button and have me to try to regather myself, we gonna have a problem. I was like, no, you can't pray like that. And then be like, hi guys, welcome to the, like, I'm over here I'm still not ready. Like, thank you. Like, the second thing real quick is, sis, what tea is this? Can I get some? Like, this is like the best tea I ever seen in my life. Is it mint?
Mint, yeah, just mint leaves. That's it, and water.
Oh wow, it just looked crystal clear. Like, you know, so that motivated me to see you drinking that tea because I'm on my Baileys tonight. I'm feeling real. Yeah, but that's it. Oh no, one more thing. You call me because of your accent, you say my name like Alitra. Oh, okay, Alita. So now everybody gets to call me that. Everybody needs to be like Alita, or I don't want to hear it. Like,
how do you say it?
How do you say it?
No, your guy is right. It's Alita, but you guys have an accent, so it comes out as Alitra. And I'm like, yeah, I'm Alitra. That's who I am.
Queens, ain't nothing but that Queen's English.
Oh no.
No, thank you for having me though, guys. I look forward to, sharing my story.
You're so welcome. Okay, so before we get into it, I'm going to introduce T3 and me. You guys ready?
Yeah.
T3 and me.
Yes.
Hey, welcome. Shalom.
Shalom.
How you guys doing?
We doing good. How y'all doing?
Oh, we good. We good.
Good.
Glad.
How you feeling about tonight?
You
want me to?
Yeah, you can answer first. Go ahead.
Man, I feel good. Like you said earlier, like this was a long time coming. Like I started seeing this stuff like back like earlier in the beginning of the year. I was like, oh no, like I can already see how Satan is moving and how he's operating through different different people in different countries and everything like that. So I'm excited to be here and to be linking up and to just tell our stories. And hopefully we'll be able to bless those who are listening.
Yeah. And likewise, man, Daniel, I know when I reached out to you, I already know how it is, brother. When we're going through it, man. And I feel you, bro. In due season, everything happens. And I'm excited to be able to tell our story and show and shine some light on what we've been dealing with and possibly provide some inspiration to some people and really show people what's really going on over here. To persuade some people to stop acting stupid too. Like I'm excited about that as well.
Yeah. It's like time out that we allow the enemy to run off with the narrative. You know,
Right.
so it's time for all of us to speak our truth. There's people who've been in Africa for 15, 20 years. You never really hear those stories. Like, you always hear like the negative stories or the super sensationalized stories and the scams and all this stuff. So it's good for those of us who are actually here and who are here to actually do something positive and to stay here and to do
Right.
something meaningful, to actually come together and show that it is possible. So,
That's good. I'm actually gassed because we're streaming not only live on Live with the Kings, but we're also streaming on Alita's live. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, technologies, move forward. We could stream in 2 places at the same time. That's
You know,
love.
even
Forgot about that.
I don't know why I keep saying both of y'all names. Tim, you can even do it too at the bottom. It'll let you do it if you press like, I think it's present, and then it'll be like share it or something. But we'll show you next time. But we can stream on all of our channels right now.
oh yeah, we see it now.
That's powerful.
Okay.
That's powerful. So,
Yeah.
welcome,
live.
welcome for, to Alita's subscribers.
Yeah, hey.
Hey, if you don't know, we're Live with the Kings. I'm Daniel King.
I'm Alondra King.
And I'm just going to set pace just by giving a brief introduction of, who we are and why we came to Ghana. Most of you know the story already, so I'm not going to go too in depth because I really want to get into these questions. But correct me if I'm wrong. We all came 4 years ago, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
October will be 4 years for me. October 2nd.
Snap.
I think
Same for
I
us.
was just September.
No.
Was it September?
Really?
This month.
No.
Oh.
You sure? It was either August or September. We have to. I'll double check in my my email.
That's deep. It's October for y'all, King family?
Well, it was actually the 30th of September. It was.
Okay.
Is it the 30th? It was the last day of September because
Yeah.
the next day it was October, right?
Yeah, the next day we woke up, it was October the 1st. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And October the 1st, I left. By October the 2nd, I landed here.
okay.
Wow.
And I think we left in September.
Wow.
I asked that question because, there's something very significant about the timing that we all came. As you're going to see or hear, is that our stories are very similar. Even for some of the reasons or the expectations we had when we came here are very similar. But one thing I do know is that the Most High called us to come to the continent, whether it be Tanzania or, Ghana. He called us out here. And that's how I know that we are pioneers in this and are on a mission to do something that the Most High has called us to do. So just that first thing of us being here 4 years ago. So we came 4 years ago simply because, in a nutshell, my wife had a dream and the Most High told her in the dream to move to Ghana. We had never come here before.
Wow.
I'd come to Zimbabwe, but I'd never been to Ghana before. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. She had the first dream actually, and I kind of ignored it.
No, he's like, okay, like you heard me out, but you didn't move.
I didn't move.
Yeah.
And then the second dream, she woke up crying in hysterics, like we've got to move now. So within 3 months, we were out of there. And that was during the COVID period. We were out of there. We sold up everything, our car. We got rid of everything. The Most High told us not to leave anything behind in terms of, anything that
would kind of like bring us back.
That could bring us back.
To go back.
Yeah. So one
Let
thing we have been adamant about, if you watch our channel, we're always saying we'll never go back. We'll never go back. We'll never go back. Never say never because I've been back 3 times since. Only to visit and do certain things.
I've never been back.
But
Or the children.
you've never been back.
No.
And we came out here not knowing what to expect. And we came out here with the what can I call it? The expectation of the same sort of love that I received when I went to the motherland Zimbabwe. I expected to get that when I got here. That welcome of brother, yes, our brothers have come back. That's what I got when I got to Zimbabwe. It was like, brother, they tell you not to come. We're so glad that you've come. You're our brother. And they just treated me in that way. When we came to Ghana, the love was there, but there was also a sense of, we had to fight against this abroni talk, but you're a white man though, ain't you? And we're like, no, we're not white. Do you know what I mean? Like, are black, you know, and just some of the obstacles that we went through. Also, that first year of being in Ghana, so we didn't just come out here and go into a tent, as some people may, believe. We came out here and we did the whole holiday, getting to know Ghana first. I think we're live on T3 and Me now, so welcome, T3 and Me subscribers. Yeah, we came out here with the whole thing of, let's just settle ourselves in, get our children comfortable with, this new dynamics, this new culture. And so that first year we were just renting apartments and so forth. And we did obtain some land right next to the Safari Valley in the Abri, Adokrum, in the Abri Mountains. And that deal just wasn't a great deal. At the same time, we came out here on, even though we have always been believers of the Most High, we came out here on some African spirituality wave. Let me just be real with you. We came out here on some African spirituality. We
were mixing the both.
We were mixing the two.
Like, we were praying to the Most High, and that's true ignorance. Oh, it's almost embarrassing, but anyway. But yeah, we would. And I say we, but I take responsibility because it was me. It was me. It was me because I had come out of the new age foolishness, that whole demonic vibe, into straight off the back of that, straight into the church. And then I realized that isn't the truth. And then the Father revealed himself to me, but I still had some remnants from the other stuff that I was dabbling in before. And I don't know who it was, but someone introduced me to cowrie shells. And I was like, okay, this is like, harmless fun. Just throw the shells and ask a question and see what the shells say. Just so naive, and not realizing that I was dabbling in actual witchcraft. And that even though the Father was still giving me visions and communicating with me, both of us every day, and we were fasting and we were praying. When we got to Ghana, it was like it activated whatever it was I was talking to, and I was throwing them shells in the UK in my apartment. It kind of activated it when we got on the motherland, and it just took our whole journey. It delayed
it.
Yeah,
it delayed it because the Father already told us to go to Ghana, and he told us to buy a tent, and we were just coming out here to pitch up. We weren't even looking to buy land. We were just going to pitch up our tent in the middle of nowhere, I guess on somebody else's land. That's how naive we were. It's like, I actually pinpointed it on Google Earth, which is crazy. And we're probably about where I pinpointed where I was going to go on Google Earth. We're probably about 10 miles away from there. That's where we actually bought the land. So, it shows you how close we were. The reason why I put the whole dabbling in the African spirituality thing, because I'm going to dwell into it a bit more later, because that's been, a big part of our journey. But anyway, in the first year, we dashed that away. And we came right back to the Father, and
on our knees,
repenting, and we then went to our land and lived in our tent for a year. We was in the tent with our children. Best time of our lives, like an amazing time, because the Father had us in that wilderness season. He was building us, he was feeding us, he was well, the Daniel and Jarrell or Alondra you see today is, we were crafted in that season. We were crafted in that wilderness. Like, before that, I can't tell you who I was, but what you see today came from that season of us just being, completely away from distractions and completely under the shadow and under the wings and the feathers of the Most High. He just kept us safe, and he built us up from there. Fast forward a year later, we was putting it out on YouTube, and he told us that, this platform is for my glory, not yours. This is for my glory. Your life is going to be for my glory. And the testimony. So people started to see what we were doing out there in the tent, and they started to come to us for land and so forth. And then we started to sell bits and pieces of land here and there. But the Father had always given me the vision about Yehuda village before I got to Ghana, but he didn't give me the full picture until I actually got to Ghana. So I created this village, or a state, if you like, of 50 acres, which is Yehuda village. And currently, I think we have maybe 8 plots remaining. It's all sold out. In fact, we have someone living there, the first person living there, and they actually had a baby yesterday, the first baby to be born on Yehuda village. So we give praises for that. But indeed, so yeah, it's just powerful. And then leaning on my own understanding, I decided to take it another step forward, and I created Ruby Village and Freedom City. And and then the story goes on and on and on and on. And we have been facing, some of the same trials and tribulations as our sister Alita and T3 and me. And, so we can relate to being called a scammer, or to people not being happy with the service, or whatever the case may be. But it's all been a learning curve. Because, if we were scammers, we wouldn't learn from it, because we'll be in it, we'll be scammers, right? But because we're not, we're learning from it and understanding that, our people just need healing. But I'm gonna get into that. But that's just a brief story about life with the Kings. And here we are today with, Yehuda Village, 50 acres, Ruby Village, 60 acres, and Freedom City, 100 acres. And, it's going okay. It's going okay. So I'm going to invite one of our guests now to share their story, brief introduction. Who would like to go first? In fact, how about you, Tim?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll go first. Well, for those who don't know, my name is Tim, and we're from T3 and Me. And similar to Daniel's story, my wife actually had a dream too before we decided to come to Africa. But I listened on the first one. She didn't have to come twice. I was like, you know what? That's right. Let's go. It's time. It's time. So when I heard the dream, man, we were in the process of trying to find a new place to live. And at the time, it was COVID, and I think we had just witnessed, I don't even know if George Floyd happened yet, but we were in the process of trying to find a house, and our lease was about to be up. So we tried to go house hunting maybe for like one day. And when we went house hunting, it was like we looked at each other. We didn't even get out of the car when we went to the neighborhood. We just went and looked around, and we looked at each other and was like, look, this don't even feel comfortable. Like, what's the point of us trying to force this and fake it and trying to pretend like we want to go and live over here when we know anywhere in this society, something could happen, and we know the stories over there. So we just decided to sit and pray and ask for direction on where we would go and what we would do. So lo and behold, this woman had a dream, and when she told me about the dream, I was like, oh yeah, that's it. It's time for us to figure this out and get on up out of here. And from the moment she had the dream, it wasn't not even a whole month. I would say like 3 weeks. 3 weeks out, we booked the flight because we were fortunate enough to be able to have some money at the time. And we booked the flight, and we just sold everything we had, and whatever we couldn't sell, we literally gave it away and left it on the side of the road. And it was like, nah, it's time to go. Because we had to witness George Floyd, of course, and I had my son, he was 1 at the time. And of course, I didn't want him to grow up in that environment. So I knew at some point we would have to leave and go to Africa anyway. I just didn't know it would be that soon. So after George Floyd and having a 1-year-old son, I was like, you know what? It's time now. Let's go ahead and take this leap of faith. We already had a few businesses in place. We were already doing things, and we were making the strides to become a good family anyway. So I knew if we came to the continent and put ourselves on better soil, we would get more for the work that we would be putting in. I didn't want to continue to sacrifice my wife's health, my son's health, and stay in that environment if I knew that we can go back home and build something back home. I'll let you take over.
Yeah, so once we kind of got to Africa, like you said, like our plan was to continue our herbal business because we have a herbal business where we make herbal products, and I do herbal consultations and things of that nature. So it's like a health and wellness business. So we were already working at the Nashville Farmers Market at the time, and we had planned to get like a storefront there at the farmers market inside. But that kind of fell through around the same time that we decided we were going to leave. So we were like, you know what? Let's just take that idea and bring it to Tanzania. Like, let's just do it over here. So that was our plan initially, was to do that. But once we got here, the Most High was like, oh, okay, like that's your plan. Like, yeah, you're going to do that, but I got something else that I want you to do over here too. So that's when things kind of took a turn for the left. And I guess we'll get into that later. But our original plan was to just kind of come over here and do our herbal business, and we were gonna like vlog our journey on YouTube and just like show people like, you know, like what's possible like in Africa, because we had never been, you know, so we were just, you know, just like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, you know, like we're gonna just have this amazing experience in Africa. And it has been amazing, but it also has been very challenging and very difficult at the same time. So
yeah, and just to even show how much our stories are similar. I just at some point, you know, from dealing with the trials and tribulations from the people, I caught myself not wanting to do content anymore. I went into a phase of, you know what, I'm just trying to chill with my family. They don't gotta see what's going on. I'm good. Like, I don't gotta even do content. I can figure it out over here. And I literally almost went blind. Like I was on a motorcycle and a rock got in my eye, and like basically I couldn't see for like, it was like a month.
man, I'm pulling out all my herbal remedies. I'm putting salt, calendula, drops, saline, man. I'm praying over this man. Like, he couldn't leave the house. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, like I couldn't look into the sunlight. I couldn't see light for like a whole month. And this was before my baby was about to be born. My daughter was on the way and everything. And as I was healing from it, I realized like it was a sort of a punishment for me, saying that I'm not going to continue to show and use the Most High's eyes to show people what they supposed to see over here. Like, it's the platform not for me. It ain't for me to, you know, boast or show off my life. It's to show people that's over there stuck what's possible. So I almost went blind for like not being obedient. And after that, I try my best to be more consistent and continue to show up and show people our life, even though it gets hard, even though people act crazy. I find peace and rest in knowing like it's really not for them. It's for the Most High. Like, I'm called and I just focus on doing what He called me to do. But yeah, it's been a journey.
Yeah.
And
that's kind of what keeps us going, is like, I had to realize that, like, I would say maybe like 2 months ago, I got the epiphany, like, this ain't my life. Like, this ain't my life. Like, my life belongs to the Most High. It don't matter. Like, if you want to throw me into the wind, if you want to swing me around, drop me on the ground, like, I just have, sorry, Alita. I just have to be okay with that, like, this is not my life. My life is submitted to the Most High. And when I got into a place of surrender, like, literally, like, all the attachments be rolling off my back now. Like, I'm just like, you know what? It don't matter. It don't even matter, because at the end of the day, I know that it's not about me. Like, my life is not my own. So just keeping that in the back of my mind has really helped me to get through a lot of these different trials and tests and different things.
And you said that you had a herbal company, right, beforehand. And I know, Alita, correct me if I'm wrong, you had a skincare company.
Yeah, Motherland Essentials.
Okay, and we had a skincare company too.
It's called Motherland Essentials.
No way. Stop it.
No,
I
no,
know.
How?
no. That's what yours was called, right?
Mine is called Motherland Essentials.
Okay,
Wow.
and ours was called Illuminate Essentials.
Oh, okay. But wow, that's just
Yeah,
crazy.
but what's so significant about that is that, not that we were all in that industry or doing that as a passion or whatever, but those kind of industries come from people that care for people, that want to make a difference. These industries are not, these are not the I don't know, you guys, Walmart or the super drugs, if it was the UK. It's not those kind of industries where it's about business and making money and the turnover. It's about, natural skincare, doing something for our people using natural remedies, whatever the case may be. For us, it was, a natural toothpaste without fluoride and skincare. So for me, when I heard that in the last time we were live, like it rang alarm bells to me because, if you judge someone by their fruits, like I'm listening for your fruits in it. So when I hear you say that you had a skincare company or you had a herbal company, this shows me already the type of wavelength that you're on and the type of
Right.
people that you are. And it's not a coincidence that we all came here 4 years ago and that, we all have those similar type of companies or that similar type of mindset.
Yeah.
It's true. It really is.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
Alita, go ahead.
Well, with Motherland Essentials, I think what made me, I love that you said it puts you in a mind frame of someone who cares versus to someone who wants a dollar. Because for me, it was like it had nothing to do with money. It became, because obviously at this point I've done my research. It became $1 billion industry. Not even became. It is $1 billion industry, but I knew nothing about that part of it. The only thing I knew is I was going to get to a point one day where my house was going to be done. I already have my own water supply. I already have my own light supply. I already started my garden. I'll be feeding myself from the land. I'm already an Israelite. My children are already not going to know about holidays and all these type of things. So I said, so what will you be focused on? What will be some of your distractions? What will be some of the ways you spending your money? And I said, well, I still need deodorant. Like I still need hair oil. I still need body soap. I still need laundry detergent. And I said, well, nah, I'm about to make my own. Like I'm gonna go to school, get trained, get certified, and learn how to make my own deodorant and mosquito repellent and all these type of things. And then it turned into something where it was like therapy. Like I don't know about y'all, sis, but when I'm in that laboratory and I'm putting together them formulas and transferring them into recipes, and I'm like, I made that. Like I didn't even know my hair can do all that. That really made your hair grow, did No, I know it did. Like so, it's like when you start learning your skills and how the Most High will use you, and how when they say your gift will make room for you, and you like, oh, that's starting to make a little sense to me right now. Like, okay, I did that. So I'm like in the laboratory, which I'm leaving proud to be able to like talk like that, like my laboratory. Like, and I have every herb, every oil, every butter. I'm learning about the benefits of dandelion and making that into a soap from a body butter. It's like so much things I'm learning, and I'm seeing the bigger picture. Like, nah, the Most High want us back on the land. We eating from the land. We living from the land. Everything we put on our bodies and our hair is from the land. And we're getting back to the natural ordinance of living. And so that's the reason, like, Motherland Essentials was like my first thing. Mind you, I never did it in America either. So yeah, I was definitely, starting to realize that when you're in that industry, you did have to start caring about if the product will break somebody out, if this will make the hair fall out versus to making it grow, if they are allergic to things. Like you start having to like go into that bracket then. And so it's like I'm glad it's all natural products because it eliminated a lot of that I learned.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how Motherland Essentials got started for me.
What about your journey coming to Ghana? Obviously, it was 4 years ago. Give us a brief rundown.
Okay. The first thing I want to say is I'm so happy that I'm not the one running this YouTube tonight. I keep having to tell myself I can relax. tell my story, enjoy my glass, and just enjoy the live. I'm like talking, and I'm like, wait, what am I supposed to post? Where am I? Like, no, this ain't your live. So yes, cheers. So I just want to say, my journey to Ghana, it just have been one that I never dreamed of. I never fathomed. I knew I wanted some specific things. I just didn't know the direction the Most High would take me in to get there. For example, I wanted to bring my family back together. I was a little girl growing up who was raised by her grandmother, not her mother. And so, being raised by my grandmother, I was the little one that was attached to my grandmother's hip. So when she's playing darts, she's playing cards, it's all at her house. So I'm right there with her, like, Grandma, I'm hungry. I'm patting her while she about to win. And she like, go and play somewhere now. Like, that was me. In my house was the spade tournament. In my house was where all the food was. Okay, we got a whole spread in there. And this ain't even nothing but a Tuesday. Okay. So all I know in my mind is that that slowly has been left. My grandma died. My mother died. My auntie died. My uncle died. The family that I knew that uphold these traditions, if you will, were leaving. And the generation that was being born and brought up and right up under me wasn't caring about this type of stuff. Family fold has been dismissed in our minds. We don't care about hierarchy. We don't care about marriages. It just starts to be obsolete, that type of structure. So long story short, all I know is that in my mind, I knew one day I would bring my family home. I didn't know it would be literally. I just thought home was together. That I will create a space where we build something together and they can have that wing, I can have that wing. And that is what's in my mind. So I embarked on a journey that everyone told me I should be on because I'm tall, because I'm skinny, because I'm dark skinned. Everybody, you should model, you should model. So that's what I decided I was going to do. I'm going to go into modeling. I thought that was the fastest route to real money. I didn't want to do check to check, 9 to 5. I wanted some real checks to cash so that I can buy my family a house. We can own some stuff and be back together, which was what I thought. Why I was saying home. I want us to come back home. Fast forward to today, I realized home was quite literal. First of all, and second of all, the Most High was going to give me the desires of my heart, but it wasn't going to be through a corrupt industry. He wasn't able to bless me the way he needed to bless me with me promoting an industry he didn't condone or he didn't create. And so modeling, acting, hosting, that whole field, I had to sit it down and get out of it. And that was very hard because it's the only thing I knew for 15 years. That's how I made my brother, my butter, my bread, my everything. And he was telling me no. And I'm like, I can't be hearing him right. Well, how do you think he's finna feed me? And so I'm like, I sat it down, I did it. Then he like, you need to denounce your sorority. You are not a Delta, you're not Greek. Okay, you're Hebrew, first of all. Like, and you don't succumb to any pledge or any covenant but the one I've set before you. And so I then had to muster up the strength and the goal to announce to over 400, 500,000 members nationwide that I'm not a Delta anymore. Then he made me do it publicly because I announced that I was a Delta publicly 16 years ago and I made it a big public thing. So not only did I have to denounce this with the headquarters, but I had to go on a public display and tell my line sisters and everybody, I'm not a Delta anymore. I don't succumb to that. I don't believe in the oath. I think we're wrong. Everything we did, the secret society, it's not a part of what the Most High want me to be doing. I'm not saying the demonic is wrong because at this time I didn't know what I know now about that. But I was saying I took the oath and I wasn't supposed to do that. The only oath I take is with the Most High. And so I had to do that publicly. Fast forward some more, I'm looking at the Most High like, dude, I didn't gave up my career, child. I ain't got no man. I didn't gave up the sorority. Like, I'm like, you just want to strip me. I'm saying I ain't got no man because he took me off the market. Like, bro, you're celibate. You're not sleeping. You're not doing that anymore. I'm like, I can't have sex. A nigga can't go out and like, I'm just like, this wasn't for me. And so I started saying, okay, Ghana then came into my mind. And I'm like the guy on my life before y'all, I didn't come here on no Beyond the Return, the Year to Return, Come Home efforts. I learned about all of that when I got here. I was already like are like already on a wave. Like, dude, pack up everything. It's time to go. Like, get rid of
Mm.
you own, sell this, get out of the way, sell this, get out of the way, keep that, keep that. 3 luggages in a book bag, and I was on the flight skipping. All right, God, I'm doing it. Everything He said do it, I'm doing it. But because I'm the type of person that would tell you I've never heard the Most High's voice. When people say the Most High told me and He spoke to me, I don't really understand it because He ain't never dealt with me in that way. He dealt with me in dreams, He dealt with me in numbers, and He dealt with me in the song. And so, or testimony. And so I was like, I didn't hear Him say this. I just feel like I'm supposed to do it. And so you do it, making all these moves, you're getting rid of your sisterhood, you're getting rid of the only career you know, and you're like just trusting that you're in alignment. Like I have nothing else. Like, and so I get to Ghana, and sure enough, I was in alignment. It was just like one thing after another. Not that everything was good. It's just that little things were happening that was letting me know I was in the right place. Little feelings, and I would have worship nights. I hadn't had a worship night in so long because I came from Christianity. I came from the blah, blah, blah. I came from the deep folks. And so with the deep folks, they're not really edifying. They're not really taking time to listen. They just pray, 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 pray. They don't hear. And so when I
Mhm.
got into the truth, it was hard for me to decipher if I was praying religiously or heartfelt. And so I stopped praying. I just started listening. And so with that being said, I learned that prayer wasn't me going in for hours and feeling proud that I just spent some time in my secret closet. Like real prayer, real edification, real lifestyle change was going to be in my lifestyle. And so that's what I decided. Like, okay, I've given up all this stuff. I'm trying to stay focused. I'm going to go in my cave and hide and build, but I'm going to stay focused on the Most High. And He said, all His riches and everything He give you the desire of your heart, as long as you keep Him first, the riches and glory He'll add to it. And so that's what He started to do. I started to see heaven on earth. I started to see Thy kingdom come. I feel like I started living a taste of what white people and Chinese people live. Like I'm amongst culture, I'm amongst tradition, I'm amongst camaraderie, I'm amongst owners, freedom, land on like. And so I started to see the change in my life. I started to see that God is really doing something, and that He's aligning what He told me to do, or felt made me feel I should do. And from there, I embarked on my journey of becoming a landowner and building my house. And then my personal journey opened up the door for me to help hundreds of people get land and build their house as well. So we thank God for that.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Wow.
So I'm gonna just continue with you, Alita, and just really get into these questions. So through all of that, and the Most High clearly bringing you out here, do you see yourself as a pioneer or a leader, or someone that's been chosen to go first in terms of the second Exodus?
I love this question. If you would have asked me this maybe a year ago, I would have been scared to answer it because of everyone calling me arrogant, calling me cocky, saying that I think I'm this, I think I'm that. It's just so many people don't understand my heart posture. So many people don't understand my personality, that is just loud and big, but it's really not, to intimidate or whatever. And so if you would have asked me before, I would have just not been, I would have been afraid to answer it how I felt. But today, the Most High has brought me through the fire. Ain't that what we talking about today? And He has refined me so much that the only person I can offend is Him. If
Mm-hmm.
I offend you because I'm loud and outspoken and boisterous, and because I'm working on myself in your face, then whatever. So to answer the question, because y'all know I be getting geeked for no reason. I am absolutely a pioneer. I have been chosen for such an assignment as this. I have been chosen because of my no tolerance for ignorance or folly. I have been chosen because I have an attitude problem. I'm chosen because my flaws are loud. Like the Most High uses those like me to get in your face and create change. Okay? All of the deep people, all of the people that's doing things perfect, that say the right thing, that's media trained, all this stuff, those type of people, they're not edifying. Like those type really can't get through to them because He need people that can go in the trenches. And I'm the one that's going to trenches. They call me ghetto. They try to say all these things that is supposed to bring me down or like lighten my light, but they don't realize like the Most High created me this way. And yes, I'm a pioneer because some people gotta. I'm a trigger puller. Some people hold a gun. Some people talk about wanting to get a gun. Some people shoot a gun. I'm a gun shooter. I'm the one that turned it off. I ain't never shot nobody, no. But we ain't talking about literally. Like, so yeah, the Most High definitely I am a pioneer. I am a trendsetter. I am paving the way. And yes, I've been chosen for such a time as this.
Yeah. I love the answer, sis. I love it. And I love the confidence.
Yes.
You are a warrior. Simple. And that's what people don't, they don't like, they find it hard to put the Most High and warrior in the same sentence because they don't know him. Because they don't know. If they read the scriptures, they would know that he is the first and only warrior. Like when he's coming with a sword. He ain't coming with a cup. He ain't coming with a wand or a spoon. He's coming with a sword. So what do you think he's coming with that sword for? Not just because it looks nice. He's coming to slew. He's coming to deal with the people that need to be dealt with.
And they want the Most High to be this wetback, cotton candy, butterfly, like they don't understand the Most High is bringing the wrath. Like the Most High created good and bad and evil and death and life. Like he created both sides. Like it's like, dude, you're not gonna play. I'm his child. So if you think I'm too much and my attitude too much, okay, some of it comes from my father. Okay, like all of us saying our black people are hard-headed, stiff-necked. Yeah, our father ain't no joke. Like so, I'm tired of people acting like he's sweet and he got the whole world in his hands. No, he don't. No, he don't.
He ain't out here floating around the church like,
The Most High don't hate. Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. The Most High don't get jealous. He has feelings. So no, yes. It's like our people funny. Most High is the one you do want to fear. And that's what keeps everyone on this line in line. Is because we have an ordinance to follow, we have a law to keep, and we have a father that do not play. He whoop us first. We still waiting to see y'all get whooped. Like, but us, he on public display. Did I tell you to go?
Right.
Like, chosen. So yes, brother.
He's doing a new
Not
thing.
Not the flipping around in a circle though. That's the hard
Like the Most High is doing a new thing, and he's been doing a new thing. And I think people believe this new thing is not going to be too far from the old thing. But this new thing is really a new thing. And he's pouring out his spirit into warriors like yourself, like, into his children. And we're made in his image. Like you said, if you have a problem with us, go and talk to my father. You know what I mean? Because if we serve the same father, then there should be no discrepancies there. So I love your answer, sis, because it's just full of confidence. And, that's how it should be put across every time, even when we're dealing with those that, want to come up against us. We've got to give them that same strength and that same, power and just know it's coming from the Father. How about you guys, T3 and me?
Definitely 100%. Mainly because like Sister Alita just said, we hold each other accountable to a level that most people won't even understand. Like she holds me accountable, I hold her accountable. Even we hard on ourselves to a point where it's like man, we hold ourselves to a standard that we know that we have a standard to reach, and we holding ourselves to that standard so that we can reach it. So anybody come around us, it's like we holding you to that. You come around me talking about you about your father's business, you coming to help. Come on, let's see what you're gonna do. I'm gonna hold you to that, and I'm gonna hold you accountable, and I'm gonna call you out if you not doing what you said you're gonna do. because that's what helped us get to where we are. Like, I know you guys are familiar with Pastor Darby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If it wasn't for Pastor Darby, like shining the light and holding me accountable and forcing me to man up, there's no telling where I would be right now. So I know that's what helped me, is the raw, uncut truth about what you're doing, calling you out and holding you accountable. Like, that's the only thing that makes men stand up. So that's the only thing I'm gonna stand by, because I know it helped me. So many people see that and they see it on the screen and they think it's just for show. But when we get in person and that fire get on you and I'm looking you in your eyes and I'm calling you out, it feels different. But yeah, we serious, and we definitely pioneers. Like you said in the beginning of Daniel, the Battle Scar show. At first, just like a leader, we were kind of like, people, we don't want to say that. People don't, I don't want to claim any title or anything, but people saying it to us now. We don't even have to say it anymore. People have given us the title and saying it themselves, like, thank you for pioneering. There's three or four different eco villages trying to be built in Tanzania now, but people are coming on our channel saying, you guys were the pioneers. I see what's going on, but you guys were first. So yes, we are pioneers. Yes, we are proud to be pioneers. And yes, we're standing boldly and fully in authority, paving the way and making sure people come over here and do what they can with us if they want to. But we here trying to pioneer.
Yeah, and like that literally was the mandate the Most High gave us. Like when I heard him, that was the first time I heard him speak to me, because normally I would just get like dreams or numbers. But I heard him say, pave the way. So like that's literally what a pioneer is, somebody that goes before the bunch and paves the way. And some of us were sent out here to be Joshua's and Caleb's and Moses. And if you look at our story, like literally the same thing. That when as soon as they got out of slavery, they was mumbling against them. They was trying to, basically like it was so bad to the point where Moses was like, Most High, just kill me. Like, can you imagine how distraught you have to be? How like your mind has to be warped to say that, like, kill me. I don't want to be here no more. Like that's how bad acting. So, like, and like we said earlier, Dane, behind the scenes, like health has been affected. Like my health has been affected, and like it really like took a toll on me, because that's my business. Like I am my brand. Like I am my herbal business, my skincare business. And so just dealing with all the stress and all this stuff was affecting my hormones and all this different type of stuff. So I had to go into my herbalist bag, and I'm still recovering. So like people don't see the ugly side of it. They just see like, oh, you guys are so-called famous or YouTubers or whatever it is title they want to give you, like you're a pioneer. But to me, like, I don't take that title lightly, because I got scars down my back. You know what I'm saying? I have scars like internally that I'm still healing from being a pioneer. So I take my crown, but I also understand like what comes with it. And it also always keeps me in a place of humility. To know like the Most High like entrusted us with such a mission as this, to care for his sheep. And like sometimes like when you're a shepherd, you have to break a sheep's leg. If they keep going off into the wilderness or like not listening to instructions, they literally will break the sheep's legs and then tie the sheep up and heal them, give them balm, give them salve, give them ointment and heal them. And then they know like I can't go back over there anymore. So like when we hit that ride on some of the people who are following us, they don't like that. They immediately run to YouTube and they tell stories and lies and all these different things. So, it ain't easy being a pioneer. We did a video. That was the name of the video. It ain't easy being a pioneer, because it's hard. It's hard, but it's definitely worth it to walk in purpose. So yeah.
Thank you.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
So I was watching this one video. It's to the lines of what Siobhan was just saying, and the guy was said, because I was about to tell y'all, remember Moses when he was like, dude, just take me out, bro. Like, seriously. Like, if I'm being completely honest and transparent, I've been there. I've been like, God, I'm done. Take me now. Like, what is the purpose? What am I doing? I cried so many nights. I talked to Siobhan about it. Like, bruh, I can't no more. I'm done. Like, I'm tired. And so I saw this video come across my channel. It was just for me on YouTube. And the title of it was like, You're Not Depressed, You're a Prophet. And so first I was a little irritated because I'm like, he finna get all deep and be holier than thou, like he a Christian finna be like Jesus, you know. And so I was already turned off because I'm thinking prophet as a Christian. I'm thinking, come here, come here. The Most High spoke to me. Come here, let me touch you. Like, okay, so started to like, I'm thinking what I saw religiously as a prophet. And so if I wasn't gonna click on it, what made me click on it, is that it was just a 3-minute video. And so I said, okay, well, it's just 3 minutes. And so I clicked on it. So I clicked on it. And the guy was saying, you're not depressed. You are a prophet. And he goes through each of the prophets. This prophet, you know, was like done and tired. And he was like, Lord, take me now. This prophet, he was like, you know, take my life. I don't want to be here. And he just went through the different prophets that it's so much on your shoulder when you're a pioneer and when you're chosen and when you just accept it and decide you finna lead with your foot forward and not care what nobody care about you being chosen. When you accept that, oh my goodness, it's so much weight on your shoulder. It's heavy as he that wears the crown. It's so heavy. It's so tiring. Like even to do these lives are energy draining. And so Siobhan made me think about that video, like that, you know, we are prophets in a sense. You know, this is the work of the prophets that we're doing. And so, yeah, of course, we're going to feel like we're done and we don't want to be here no more. I've never been suicidal, like I'm about to take myself out, but I have been like in my thoughts, like, Lord, please, I don't want to do this no more. Help me to stop it. Take me out of it. Why me? So, yeah, it's not hard. It's not easy, y'all.
Yeah, we've definitely been there as well. Do you know what I mean? Being in that space of just wanting to kind of not even quit, but kind of just shy away from being on YouTube. And you know, it's like you made the reference to breaking the sheep's leg. Well, I want to make a quite similar reference when, because we're out here trying to help people, right? I know that's what our hearts is. We didn't decide to come out here, and it wasn't about real estate. It was about helping people. But when you're trying to help someone that's drowning, I'm sure my Jamaicans know this saying. When you're trying to help someone that's drowning, you know you have to knock them out before you try and help them, because they will drown you too. They will literally like push you under so they can survive. So, you know, you have to knock that one out, and you know, then you can save them. And that's what I'm seeing about our people, is that it doesn't matter what your intentions are. It doesn't matter how you want to help, or you know, you want to people please, or whatever the case may be. Like, some of our people are traumatized, just as we were when we came here, and need that healing. And that healing generally begins, you know, well, I guess the bulk of it begins when you get to the motherland, when you get on the continent. It has a way of healing you and putting you through your rites of passage and really sending you on that journey. So, you know, being a pioneer, it's evident that they're going to be strong. They're going to have, you know, characters that not everybody's going to like. Like, who likes the head teacher? Not men. Even some of the teachers don't really like the head teacher. Do you know what I mean? Because that's the authority. That's the one that makes you do things you don't always need to, that you don't always want to do, but what needs to be done. And that's what we are doing, what needs to be done. And some of the sheep don't understand that, and they want to roam on the road all day long. They don't understand they got to come in at night into their pen because it's for their own safety. And I ain't out there trying to, you know, dictate to people, but I've seen that being a pioneer, being a leader, it comes with a level of responsibility. And this question was asked on purpose first, because I wanted people on these lives to really get a feel of the energy that we're coming with, and that, you know, that this ain't a game. This ain't a game. So when people are throwing people's names out there and, you know, running back and forth on social media, understand that you're playing with fire. You're really playing with fire, and that's not a threat. That's just what it is. Like, you know, touch not my anointed ones. Like, is that not the saying? So, you know, let that be a warning for those that are disgruntled. And it's not just those that are disgruntled, because not everybody is for everybody, but it's for those that go the extra mile, that, you know, throw out these ludicrous titles like scammer and, you know, rob my money. And, you know, it's just crazy, because even some of the stories I've heard about other people, I can actually figure out what's happened there. I can see what's happened there because I've experienced it. So when people say, she sold me land that belonged to someone else, it was encroached land. No, it wasn't. Sometimes there's a little mix up with the boundaries and the borders. That is every day here in Africa.
Man, running a mill.
Right. But they take it to the extreme. You know what I mean? And they say, she sold me encroached land.
Dramatic.
It's just dramatic. And
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
it's, you know, throwing their toys out of the pram when they don't get their own way, and throwing tantrums and having this. But what I'm saying to you guys is that, and I'm saying it to myself also, as leaders, that's what comes with it. As you know, as pioneers, that's what comes with the job. And it's not nice, but the Father's not going to give us more than we can bear. We know that. And I know sometimes we can just about bear it, but we can bear it. Do you know what I mean? And we are have been chosen for a reason.
Right.
Like also, you know, like you just said, just literally just to just reiterate what you're saying, but we were chosen for a reason. We didn't appoint ourselves in this position. Like, and that's one thing I really think people don't really get. Like, we didn't just decide we put one day and decide this is what we're gonna do.
This is not coming from ego or pride or
A sense of, you know, self-righteousness is literally what the Father has placed on us. Like, it's his purpose for us. And the reason, I believe the reason is because it's our heart's great desire to serve him. And very few people, he's told us this personally, very few of his children have a heart to serve him. Their heart posture is whack.
never mind
They're
serving
selfish.
each other.
Yeah,
Like, they don't want to serve each other. So why would they then want to serve the Father?
they don't. So therefore, he can't even use them, even if he wanted to, because they don't seek after him with all of their heart, and therefore they can't find him.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that
Okay.
is so true. That is so true. I was
Okay.
I was just telling we was laughing about it the other day. We're getting to the point where we can laugh at some of it, not all of it, but like earlier stuff we can kind of laugh, do a little giggle, like
Keep the
a little bit. And so I was like, man, these folks gonna blow up the whole spot, you know, like because we was in the government office when everything was going on, and we had to like discuss everything and like resolve the issues amongst each other. And the government official jumped up and was like reprimanding them. These is grown people, like what are we gonna say about the Americans? Like y'all in here acting like this, like you like basically like telling them about themselves. And I was like, they gonna blow up the whole spot. Like I see why Harriet Tubman had that gun on her. And she was going to shoot people because they was going to get everybody thrown out or sent back to slavery, killed or anything. And it's like they don't care. Like they're that ornery that they really just don't care about messing up everybody else's lives that's around it, everybody else's money, everybody else's investment, everybody else's safety. They don't care about none of that. They just have like a one-track mind to do evil, wickedness. So yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are on, you know, demonic assignments. I just call it for what it is. They're on demonic assignments.
Yeah.
And that's why when I was saying earlier, Israel, Alita, you know, I was seeing your progress and I was saying, where is the enemy? Do you know what I mean? Where is he? Because I know he's watching and I know he's around. And, you know, people literally on spiritual, demonic assignments. And, you know, we have our brothers and sisters come out here and they may get disgruntled for something. And, you know, I'm going to call it for what it is. There are also Ghanaians on the sideline waiting for those things to happen, to then scoop that up and to enable whatever disgruntled, you know, discrepancy they have,
Yes.
to, you know, pick that up so that they can now feed off of that. You know, it's like let me take this person away from them so I can scam them. Like
Exactly.
literally. Like,
Yes.
and I see that a lot. So I have, you know, clients that will come to me and say the paperwork's fake. Now I know the paperwork ain't fake. Imagine they've gone to the Lands Commission and someone in the Lands Commission has told them the paperwork's fake.
So that
And
they
you know,
can get the business.
right, exactly. So where we come from, you know, we're expecting that if the authorities, even though the authorities in the States and the UK are corrupt, but in a very different way. Do you know what I mean? Like if someone was to say the paperwork was fake, we'd probably believe it. Now there must be something wrong because the Lands Commission said it. But
Yeah.
let me let you know here. I don't care if you went to the police station, whether you went to Lands Commission, whether you went to immigration. I don't care whether you went to the president
Government
himself,
body.
whether
Yeah.
you went to the president himself. Yeah, there is a wave of corruption out here, and the
You can't
evil
even comprehend it.
you cannot comprehend it. It's
Yeah.
so big and so overwhelming that you know you will get caught up in it. And when you're coming out here as a sheep, you don't know anything. All you know is you just come from London. And when we're in London, you know, when they say Wednesday, it's a Wednesday, or you just come from Detroit and, you know, things just run according to plan how they're meant to run. You come to Ghana with that mindset, feeling like, you know, things are
Or
just, or
Africa.
come to Africa
Africa, yeah.
because
The
clearly
whole
it's happening in
continent.
Tanzania as
Yeah.
well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you will get eaten up and spat out. We have seen
Man.
diasporas on the road that, what you call them in the state, bums, we call them tramps. But people that are destitute, that have nothing. And when you speak to them, they have an American accent, which blew my mind. I was like, oh, there are people out here that are really being chewed up. And, you know, as diasporans, we have to stick together and understand what is going on, understand the culture. That's not against nothing against my Ghanaian brothers and sisters, but I'm gonna speak the truth. Just like I speak the truth on the diasporans, I'm gonna speak it on the Ghanaians too. We all messed up, and we need
Yeah.
to. Something needs to be fixed in order
Yeah.
for us to move forward.
Wow.
Okay, I'll move on to the next question. For Alita, what's your greatest battle that you faced since coming out here to the continent?
That's a good question. You should have gave me this 30 minutes ago so I could think about it. Let me see. So I was playing. My greatest is it challenge? My
Yes,
greatest
your greatest challenge, your greatest battle.
let's see the greatest one. I think it would have to if I would have to I would say the greatest battle has been internal. I have I can easily say the Ghanaians are like this, they do this. Oh, the country is lacking this, it don't have this. Oh, my clients keep da 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 da. Da. Oh, the workers are like I can tell you some battles, the chief and my people, like, but if I'm being honest and if I'm just looking through all of the madness that's supposed to happen because of the plateau I'm on, my greatest battle has been internal, like mastering my peace, knowing what to tolerate and what not to tolerate, when to speak up for myself as a woman in construction and the boss of men. Um, learning when to speak and when not to speak. And in a leadership position, also learning that your flock, if you will, your job is to push them forward. You know, after 7 years, you should have invested in them in a certain way that they are now able to be a boss and sustain and provide for their families as well. They shouldn't be like a slave or a worker to you forever. So I think my greatest battle has been accepting the role the Most High has put me in and adjusting whatever needs to be adjusted to be excellent in that role, whether it's my attitude, whether if it's my organization skill, whether if it's my humbleness or my tolerance or my kindness, you know, operating in the full fruits of the spirits when you are being attacked left and right, left and right, left and right, letting people put your name through the mud, say all these lies about you, and choosing to be creative with how you respond and get your get back because you're being watched and because you're responsible for people, money, and projects and lives right now. So understanding the weight on me, understanding the responsibility that I should hold strong to and really care about, and just working on me, being the best that I can be, so I can continue to be the best that the Most High know I can be for His people. And so, yeah, my greatest battle will be eternal.
Wow, powerful. T3 and me. You guys there?
I think it's frozen.
Yeah, I think that's right. Oh, that
Yeah.
T3 and me, you guys there? Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Oh, that's the.
Hello.
Hey, we can hear you now.
Okay.
You can hear us? Tim, you can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, bro. Same question to you, really. What's your greatest battle that you had to face while being on the continent,
Overcome.
or you had to overcome
Yes.
out there in Tanzania?
The greatest battle, I would say, realizing that, like, I feel like you need, like, there was this, how can I put it? There was this yearning and a pull for brotherhood and brotherhood and sort of mentorship, because a lot of us lack that in the faith and the walk that we're on now. A lot of us don't have fathers who will know what we know, and we don't have many friends that know what we know. So, you know, a lot of us are wide open for brotherhood and sisterhood. So my biggest lesson was realizing that, I mean, you need brothers, but you don't. Like, you really need to just rely on the Most High. Like, don't overexpose yourself to, you know, being naive to the truth of how people truly act. Because Judas is real. Judas was real, and the spirit is reigning and trying its best to come in and take advantage. So the biggest lesson I've learned was and overcome was like, stop searching and trying to be so gullible for so-called brothers and people that say shalom, shalom, and falling for that, and just focusing on the Most High and what He will have me to do and who He will lead me to. Because I'm seeing really a lot of the people who you know, who we think we were supposed to be connected with, we really are supposed to be looking back and teaching and reaching those who don't have it figured out yet. Like, we always trying to link with the people who so-called in the faith and so-called in the walk and think like us, but we really supposed to be with the people who we helping. We supposed to be having people around that need us. We supposed to be pouring into people, being a light to people. So yeah, my biggest lesson was stop trying to be brothers with everybody, enforce brotherhood, and focus on the Most High, and He'll bring those brothers to me and sisters.
Yeah. I would say for me, I'm like stuck between two. I guess they kind of like fall hand in hand, but I would say discernment and setting boundaries. I had a dream, I think it was in 2021, where, and I know now like what it means, but like at the time, like I had a dream that I was like put through a series of tests, like, and I passed like all the tests with flying colors, but the last test was on discernment, and I almost didn't pass the test, but I passed it at like the last second. And so, like, I understood, like, now, like, what that meant was that the Most High was, like, telling me, like, you need to sharpen and hone your discernment, because where I'm taking you in the position I'm putting you in, there's going to be a lot of people around you who are around you for the wrong reasons. There's going to be a lot of people who are around you who are just around you to see what they can get out the bill, how they can further their platforms, how they can further their agenda, how they can try to take over or put themselves in a position of leadership, all different types of things. And me, I don't operate in that spirit. I've never been like that. Like, I'm really a super nice person. Like, I like to be caring to people. I like to cook for people, you know. So, like, I don't have nefarious thoughts in my mind, like thinking like how I'm going to get off on somebody. But there's people out there like that. And so the Most High was showing me, like, stop thinking everybody's like you. Like, there's a lot of snakes and wolves out here. So I had to sharpen my discernment, and how I sharpened it was setting boundaries with people. And like, I used to feel bad, like, you know, like having set boundaries, like, for example, when investors would come, or like certain people would come and they want to come, they're visiting in Tanzania, they want to come see the eco village, they want to see their land, their plot, or whatever. Like, I would like always try to jump up and like pack up my children, like get them dressed and do the most, and like go with them, and we all would go out there as a family to go and see the investors. And then like they start like backstabbing us and doing all this stuff. And I was like, why do I keep jumping up to try to go and invest into these different relationships? And like, for one, like, I need to, you know, there's something else I need to be doing. My children probably need to be in school, or, you know, because we're homeschooling, so we can kind of set up our own schedule. But like, I want to set them up on the schedule. I want to like pour into them. I want to sit down and do their hair, you know, like the way I want to do it. Like, it's just different things like I want to do, you know. And like, people are holding me to this standard. Like, they're expecting me to be here. Like, and like 10 is not enough. They want both of us there. Like, I've had women get offended with me, not even tell me that they were mad at me because I didn't go. And I'm like, y'all know I have 2 toddlers, right? I'm breastfeeding still to this day, you know. And so like, people don't understand that. And I had to realize, like, it's okay. Like, I can't please everybody. I can't be there for everybody. I can't always jump up and stop what I'm doing. I have a business that we're running, the herbal business, outside of the eco village, you know. So like, you know, I had to realize, like, the Most High said, what did I tell you I wanted you to do? I wanted you to go out and heal the nations. I want you to go out and speak to my people. I want you to make these products. This is what I want you to do. I want you to be a mother to your children. I can't do that if I'm always people pleasing. I'm always jumping up to do this and do this and do that. And people don't care. They don't give you grace. They don't care what you got going on. If they come in here for 2 weeks, they want you to drop everything and go be with them for 2 weeks. And I'm like, that's impossible. So I had to learn discernment and setting up of boundaries and being okay with that. Being okay with people thinking that I'm some type of way. Being okay with people thinking like, oh, she thinks she's too good to connect with me. I have to be okay with these narratives, because I know it's not true, and I know that's not how God sees me. So that's has been my biggest battle that I've overcome.
That was so eloquently put. Like, all I want to say is me too.
Yeah.
Too. No, but to both of you, both of my sisters, like, I'm just like, I don't even have to speak. Like, honestly, you're speaking my heart on my behalf. That's it. The whole thing. Everything.
I think, you know, we put ourselves in a position where people believe that, I mean, they watch you on YouTube and they really believe they know you, that, you know, that you're now best friends, and that, you know, that even if, you know, you have small conversation with people and, you know, you're polite, they really get a sense, they get a bit over familiar. And, you know, I've had people land in the airport, be like, where are you, Mr. King? I'm like, excuse me?
Like
What? Like, we never even, I didn't even know the day you was, what do you mean? Imagine they didn't even tell me they were coming, but just becoming that of doing too much, doing way too much. And because I'm a people, well, I used to be a people's pleaser. You ain't that no more. I used to be a people's pleaser. I will go beyond. And the same thing, you know, my wife pulled back a long time ago. She said, you going by yourself. I ain't going nowhere.
That's right.
I'm like, but these are our clients. They want to meet you, babe. Come on, babe.
I don't understand.
She just didn't get it. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, babe, come on, man. You're letting down the side. Like, we got to show face. Do you know what I mean?
Imagine. I'm going to put my children to bed. I'm going to go pray and read with my children. And you can go to do the airport run at 9 o'clock at night by yourself, okay?
Right. In a nutshell, just doing too much. And, you know, doing doing something is not a bad thing. Doing too much is always too much. But doing is not a bad thing. It's when it's not appreciated. It's when you know, like
It's when they have an expectation
the
of it.
expectation.
That's what I don't like. Like they expect you, thinking, "Wow, your entitlement is outrageous."
Like Alita, this is how my thing used to run. I'd sell land to somebody. As they land, I'd pick them up from the airport. I'd take them to dinner, to breakfast. Do you know what I mean? In East
Take them
Legon.
to do their weekly shopping.
I'd take them, show them Malcolm, and show them, you know, like
I'm just
Tim's looking there like, be quiet, bro. You gotta be quiet.
Right. We ain't doing all that.
Man, no more.
The most. And women, you guys are slightly different in it. Your spiritual discernment is very different. But as a man, we have that, you know, that savior complex a bit more in it. So we're out here showing everybody, and my wife would be like, "Don't they have a husband? They didn't just come out here with."
that used to blow my mind. I'm like, this is not a single. You're like a single elderly lady. Absolutely. Go on, help her. But like women with husbands, and the husband's there. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't understand.
So doing the most.
Yeah. I've had
Like-
people that literally, they know about Mabel's table. They know, that I eat there, that I'm close to Rabbi. So I have people come up to Mabel's table and literally just stand there like, and you like, hi, how are you? And they're like, Alita is real. And you just like, what's up? Like, what up? Like, and he like, a few of them expect you to know them because maybe they comment a lot, maybe they're, a big person that buys everything you put out or something like that. I show love as I get the support in, but I don't necessarily always remember every single customer and every single client. So I have people get pissed off that I didn't know them when they got in my face. They're like, we talk all the time on YouTube. I'm like, dude, we're not talking. You're saying a paragraph and I'm like, thank you. Like, or you're like, I don't remember everything. And then I had another couple that came here and literally acted a fool. I'm talking about the people came out of the store watching them, and they're just like, she sent her driver to greet me and do this. I'm like, I'm not available. What do you want me to do? Kill myself? And then just like y'all saying, when it comes to showing our clients and our people or just people just interested to land, it's like, dude, we have to like schedule it. You can't pop up and say, I'm in the Cebu. I've been following you for 4 years. Come meet me. And then you go from a fan to someone who hates my freaking guts because I can't get out there to meet you that fast. Like, so it's like you said, it's too much responsibility. Like they have too many expectations on us.
Yeah.
It's a very emotional flaw. And like the sister said, it's like the boundaries need to be set. Do you know what I mean? Certain boundaries need to be set so that these things don't, and we're setting them. Do you know what I mean? Like you said, like when people come here, they, over the 300 clients we have, I used to take everybody to see their land personally. But I can't do that, especially when you're deciding when you come to Ghana. Like I told you last year, you're coming this year, I'm here and you just want me to jump and just come. But I always have somebody there because you obviously need to see your land, but they might take offense because I never personally, got my ass up there.
They will take offense.
Right, okay. And I didn't know it was that deep until like this recent encounter because like you said, I used to be the one who take everybody to see the land. I was there. I'm like you saying too, Daniel, I'm picking you up from the airport personally. I'm not sending the driver. I'm coming from 4 hours away to do this. I don't live in Accra. So I'm traveling to pick you up. I'm like, you want to go get some food or whatever, before we get on this road, we go get some food. We get on the road, we come to Ghana. At this time, I didn't set up your hotel for you. So I'm taking you to where you're staying at. I'm giving you your keys because I didn't check you in. I'm the one that's like, hey, this is the number to a private driver. This is the number to Malcolm. This is the number to where you can get you the market. This is my tomato lady. She's good. Call, like, I'm releasing all of my resources, my entire collection of database, just to realize, like we all saying on this call, they don't care. They don't appreciate it. They want more and more and more and more. And then it's almost like you have to do it. So what you've done is not appreciated because you were supposed to do this. And why are you not doing more? Give me some more. Like, it's like, and I had started getting busy. I started staffing people, getting help. And so, yeah, now I have a driver that can pick the clients up. If I can't meet you on the land, like Daniel said, on the time that you can come to the land, I have supervisors and project managers now. They can give you a tour of your land. There's nothing wrong, okay? It's nothing wrong with me having someone drop off your paperwork to you. In my mind, it's solutions. So I'm like, okay, the goal is they come to Ghana, they need to see their land, and they need to get their paperwork. I can't help if I'm not always available, but did you get your paperwork? Did you see your land? Like, and so it's just like they start to like hate you because you can't see every single client every time. It's like, bro, I can't win.
It's really like unrealistic expectations because they don't expect this from anybody else. Like if they go to Remax or any other real estate company, you're not seeing the CEO of Remax. No one. Who is the CEO of Remax? Do anybody know? Nobody. You do. He know because he studied it. But most people like they don't know who the CEO of the company is. Like, but they're expecting to like meet the CEO, and I get it because it's like they're connected with us on YouTube. They're connected with our stories. They feel called to us, but y'all have to understand, like, we can't do everything, and then they're like, why is this late? Like, the project is running late. I'm like, but y'all expecting us to do everything and be everywhere at the same time. Like, how is this possible? It's only two of us. There's only one of you, Alita. So it's like, people are not understanding. Like, you want me to work on your fence. You want me to go get your title deeds. You want me to do this. And then you still want me to come pick you up from the airport, take you out to the land, spend the whole 2 weeks with you. When am I going to have time to get your work done? And then if it's not done properly or done on time, you're just going straight to YouTube, like making a beeline. You're getting there as fast as you possibly can to get to YouTube to slander me. But it's not fair. It's like people not telling the whole side of the story, So it's just so many different factors that go into it. And like people just get on YouTube and they just tell like a one thing happened, like side of the story. They don't tell any of the details, anything they didn't do, nothing. It's always like, this is them, like they did this, they did that. So it's just crazy. And the fact that we all literally have the same exact stories, like that lets me know that it's spiritual. Like it's more, it's just beyond like natural things. This is a spiritual thing.
Yeah. And I think people need to hear what we're saying because don't get us wrong. I'm going to speak for everyone on the live when I say we appreciate y'all loving us and y'all support. And y'all cannot wait to meet us and get to Ghana. We've excited you so much and you finally here. We get it. You want to see the person who encouraged you, who inspired you, who made your alignment say it's in alignment. Like I was the person that made you say, okay, I'm on the right journey. Or he was the person that was like, okay, this is God. So we get it that y'all want to see us. We want to see y'all too. We love the support. We love the love. We're just trying to ask y'all for a little more grace and mercy. Like we're trying to let y'all help. We're trying to have longevity with y'all. You might not see us on the first time, but if we're building your house, we your neighbors. We can't be scammers living in the same neighborhood we're selling in. Like I live here too. And so I'm just saying, work with me. I never have in my mind or my heart, I ain't going to see them today. I'm not showing up. That's never me. If I can't do it, I can't do it. And so I don't want y'all to take us wrong as if we're complaining or we don't want y'all love and support. We appreciate y'all love and support. We feed our families off of this love and support. We're able to share our stories off this love and support. We're able to push the agenda of the Most High because of the love and support. And so we thank you. Just if you see us and things happen that are out of our control, like it's rainy season, somebody's car gets stuck, or I get sick, or whatever, you get sick, we're just saying have some grace and mercy. We're not robots. We love you too, but it didn't work this time, baby. Next time, all right? So.
And just know how to approach people, man. Like just know how to approach people. I'm in a car mall and you're hailing out my name in the middle of a car mall. I don't know who you are, and then you're looking at me like I'm meant to be like, oh, it's you. Yourself, like introduce yourself. That's like standard. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, it's not everybody. You know, someone said not all of us don't care. It's not everybody, but if the cap fits, please do wear it like snugly, because you know it is what it is. Those that do it, and it's about boundaries. Like, where's your boundaries? Do you know what I mean? Like, I have mine, but where is yours to respect my personal space and my family? Sometimes we're just out as a family, and people come and say, "Oh, Mr. King, I can see you're with your family, but I watch you," and I'm like, "Oh, I can appreciate that." You know what I mean?
And there are others that the baby's crying, the newborn baby's crying. So I just
You're
need
like,
to
can I get a selfie?
It's like,
They got us there for 15, 20 minutes, and my baby's screaming, and they don't care. All they care about is, you know, getting what they want. So letting me know on this live that that's not the right way to conduct yourself.
Yeah, that's so true. I remember one time I was at a coffee shop and I had my laptop out and my books around. I was very clearly like doing work. Somebody came and pulled up a chair at my table and sat down and proceeded to have a 2-hour conversation with me. You know,
no.
Yes.
2 hours. You kind, baby. You practicing the fruits of the spirit that day.
This was before I started setting my boundaries because I didn't want to be me. You know, they got me. They got me. You know, but
they got you. I had somebody remember my license plates before. You know, in Ghana, that's not a big thing. You can run your license plates, and there's nothing gonna come up here. They don't have the systems we have that'll make this license plate link to a name, a birthday, and you know, like it's just kind of like an art guide. And so I didn't think it important to blog out or bloop out my little license plates. And so a Ghanaian saw me in the Accra Mall and was like, "Alita!" And I looked around like, he was like, "I knew you was in here because I saw your license plate." And I was like,
"Oh wow,
like, that's creepy."
Yes, I said my license plate. He was like, "Yeah, that's how I knew it was your car and not just like any car like this one." And I was like, "Wow, I haven't heard that one before. I didn't think Ghana did license plates. Like, let me start blurping out my plates." Like, but he was cool. He was a nice guy. Just in case he watching, he was real nice, you know. But yeah, it's not easy, y'all.
Man. Oh, you want to go to the next question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, go ahead.
If you could start your experience in Africa again, what would you do differently? If there's anything.
Draw out the list.
Who's first?
Whoever.
Man.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Sis.
Okay, like I think something I would do differently is I would have came here instead of 4 years ago, it would have been like 14 years ago. Like I would have came here like 20 years ago and started this journey. If I could do anything differently, it would have been to come earlier. And then I also would have trusted my journey a little more, because the things I'm asking my clients to do is because of what I know now. So I'm like, "Girl, you straight, focus, look, tunnel vision. Come on now, put your head down." Like, but it's because of the confidence and the what I know now, the resources, the team, the support I have now. But if I knew, and this is you know, encouragement for anyone that's listening, trust the journey, trust the Most High. If He told you to do something and you're doing it, then just keep doing it with your head, you know, in the right headspace, knowing that the Most High got you. And so He won't bring you to something and won't bring you through it. And so if you pray, don't worry. And if you're going to worry, then don't even pray. And so one of the things I wish that I could have did differently is just, I trusted Him. I made the steps. I'm here. I'm doing it. But I wish I just would have gave myself more peace of mind, knowing because I didn't have a me. I didn't have nobody come that's before me that I had an example. Like, so I had to trust that everything I was doing, every path I was taking, every, you know, money I was spending, every little thing I was doing, I had to trust that it was right. Because I didn't have guidance, I didn't have help, I didn't have a partner, I didn't have mentorship, any of that at the time. I just had what I felt like the Most High was leading me to do. And so I would have just enjoyed the process more. I would have had a lot more peace. Not as much anxiety. I had some anxiety attacks, like literally had to like stop everything because I couldn't breathe. I'm on the floor, like, and I'm not understanding what's wrong with me. And it's like I'm just panicking because the project the Most High put me over is too big for me. The clients are too much personalities. I'm responsible for workers who are now feeding their families. What happens one day when we can't feed them no more? Like I just started really understanding the weight on my shoulder and the role I was playing. And I had a few panic attacks, but had I understand who I was and whose I was, I would have just enjoyed the journey. So, now I'm telling my clients it's like, don't trip, like chill, focus. But that's because of what I know now. And so I wish I would have just trusted the Most High a little more.
How about you?
Oh my gosh. This has been therapy for me, I'm so for real. Like, I didn't know what I was gonna get out of this conversation, but it's like usually, like, okay, for example, Alita, you're and Siobhan as well, but she's just not here, right now. But you're both allowing me to hear my own thoughts and the things that I keep to myself, or I just share with my journal, or I just cry to my father about, but I don't express, you
Yeah.
know. And I really thought I was expressing it all. I really did. I was like, there's nothing. I said today, I was like, there's nothing left for me to even say. But you're saying it, and yeah, it's just so beautiful to be on the receiving end of it and to know like I'm not alone, because I don't have no girlfriends really that you know what it's like.
Yeah.
This is a lonely road. This
Okay.
journey is so isolating and so lonely. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. And I can't even imagine. I was just saying to Daniel, you're strong, because everything that I've been through as an individual, he's been through as an individual, then we've been through together. To think that you're doing that on your own,
Yeah.
that is
And you speak
wow.
about anxiety, sis. Me too. Me too. Like the anxiety,
It's crippling
it's so
sometimes,
crippling.
literally.
Literally, I'm going through it as we speak. This is
Yeah.
something I really used to suffer badly with in the UK, like the anxiety. And as of lately, like I've been in bed all day, right? I've been in bed healing all day because I'm just anxious. And what I learned today, being in the secret place and having my wife support me today, is that I cannot control everything. I cannot please all of these people that want my time, that you know that just they want to take so much from me. Every single day I get a message on YouTube, someone telling me this, that about land, this about land, that about land. And just seeing WhatsApp pop up can trigger my anxiety. Just
Right.
think just thinking about the situations that we have to go through with the Chiefs. Like I heard you say before, like these people have no idea what it took to secure their land, and not just secure the land, but then the chop money here, the making the chief sign the paperwork, that's the next money. Every time I go to see the chief, he wants money. Right now he wants to charge me 50,000 Ghana just to make him stand there while I demarcate the land, which is extortion. And all of these things,
Wicked.
they play on my anxiety.
Yeah.
And I'm just, I'm telling you, if this is something that you still are going through, because I know I am, like we only the Most High is in control.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it not because, you know,
You
I'm,
need
I'm saying it because I need to hear it. Only the Most High is in control. And He's given us a task to do what we're doing. And we're only so much in control because we care. We care about our clients. We care about making sure that we deliver what we say we're going to deliver. We care that when they come here, they're going to have a great experience. But at some point, you have to be like this,
Right.
because
surrender.
sometimes you just have to surrender to the Father and just let Him take the wheel. And it
Yeah.
is what it is, no matter what they say. I want it now, 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 now. Like we sometimes we just have to let go and just surrender. Because if I die today, what are you gonna do?
Right.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna cuss and swear at my funeral. You're
Right.
gonna come and tell me I was a scammer at my coffin. I can't help you. So
Yeah.
our health is what's most important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most important, so that we can actually give you what we
Yes.
said we're gonna give you. But
And you know, that's what the Most High been dealing with me a lot lately. When you ask the question of if I'm still going through that, the way that because it used to be really, really bad. That's how I learned to breathe the right way. But it's like you said, because we're trying to control everything, and then when you start to think in your mind, oh my God, am I building the house right? What if the house turned out like? You just all of these things you never did before. Why is he using you? You just literally get anxious, like it started to freak out from it. And so, what the Most High told me is that I wasn't indulging properly in my self care. So I'm thinking, what are you talking about? I always do my nails, hair, my feet done. I stay getting a massage of the body scrub. I will take time off. I will cut off my phone. What are you talking about, Most High? And he was like, no, like you're not, massaging your mental. Like your anxiety is coming from the fact that you're not reading enough. You're not going to sleep on time and waking up enough. You are not consistent with your routine. I told you to rise at 5 and go to bed at 9. You are still up at 2, 3 in the morning. Like you're not sleeping right. I told you to buy all these bottles, these special made water bottles, to make sure you're consuming the proper amount of water every freaking day, and you are not doing it. You pre-prep your meals, your oat jars, your fruits and vegetables. They're cut up in the refrigerator for you right now. You're deciding to stay work instead of stopping and going to eat because it's time to eat right now. Like he's like been attacking me that I'm literally am not consistent with the routine that he had me dream, that he had me speak and write down and set alarms for. I have time to read scriptures. I have time for prayer. I have time to eat. I have time to relax and do nothing but sit and listen. I have time for working out. I'm not doing any of it. And so he started showing me the way I deal with my anxiety is what you're saying. One, I'm not in control. It's his people, his project, his houses, it's his. And then two, worry about yourself because you acting crazy and losing your mind because you're tired. Go to sleep, daughter, at night. You losing your mind because you're dehydrated. Drink water, daughter. Like, and so yeah, this is what he been attacking me on. And I thought, wow, the Most High love me that much that he not even saying you're sinning. Stop this sin. You're fornicating. You're lying. You're a cheat. Like he's not. I don't deal with certain sins anymore. I don't have those strongholds. There's not. I don't have those type of forgive me or like no. Like so now he's like, look, massage your mental. Massage your mental. I'm not talking about the outer self love that people can see your nose is done. People can see your hair is done. No, I'm talking about sit still and meditate, daughter. I'm talking about get in your prayer closet and listen. Don't pray. I'm talking about face the east and get on your face. Like, and so read. I'm a book collector, but don't have time. He said make it because if you follow this routine, reading is in there. It's time to put everything away and devote an hour to reading, daughter. So that's how I've been dealing with my anxiety, just focusing on my mental and knowing this ain't my project. If something go wrong and bad, don't be mad about it because he must got a solution and a way to fix it. I used to get to the point where when this thing ringed or did something, I would freak out. Like I would be like, oh my God, what is it now, Lord? And I would pray. This is a true story. I would pray before I cut this on and see what the notification was about or the call was from. I would be like, I would simply say the Lord's Prayer, Our Father which art in heaven, every single time. Now, mind you, this dinging all day long. And my anxiety was so bad that it was like, and then I cut it on and read my messages. Like that's how bad it was for me in the beginning of this work.
I got 3 phones, Alita. 3 phones, personal, work, and one mixture of both. And all 3 of them got, WhatsApp popping off. And I just, I'm declaring it now on this live that I will not be held responsible for an instant message. Like I rebuke an instant message. Long gone are the days. No, I do. Long gone are the days when people will call and leave your message after the tone, or forget that when they had to come to your house and knock the door, you weren't in, they got to walk home. Do you know what I mean? But now we have this instant message that people can see. Oh, he's read it, but he ain't replied. And they catch offense to that. So if anybody is listening, you can send me a message. Doesn't mean I'm ignoring you. It means I will get back to you in my own time. Don't matter how many times I tell my clients, Saturday is my Sabbath. From Friday 6 till they will just continuously message me. And then it's like they message you and then the follow-up message, seeing as you want to ignore me. And I'm just like, you're on your own path now. You're on your own narrative. You're doing your own thing and, you know, rolling with your own imagination. So I'm just declaring, I ain't no longer about instant messages. WhatsApp could have WhatsApped a till, like, leave me out of it, because no, it's stressing me out. It's stressing me out. It's better you email me, because the email, I could just see who it is from the, do you know what I mean? So don't hold me.
Boundaries.
Boundaries, right. The boundaries. And, you know, it's my fault. I didn't set these boundaries in the beginning. I'm setting them now because it's affecting my health. Do you know what I mean? It's affecting me. And, you know, and you know, to the brother, proud to be a simp, who's saying, you know, Daniel, when you get 100% better, stay in the gym. You know, I've been in the gym like for the last how many months and was really, you know, seeing the difference. And just in the last week or so, everything I gained in like 3 or 4 months, I've just lost in 1 week, just from the stress of having to deal with land and customers. And, you know, this one's here and you know, and they're qualming over the pettiest things, the littlest things. And I'm like, if you can't handle this, how are you going to handle Ghana? Because it's not easy out here. Do you know what I mean? It's not all Harry Potter and cup of teas, and do you know what I mean? It's rough. So yeah.
I want to hear them. I want them to answer the question too.
Let me read it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I need to see it. Okay. So Tim and Siobhan, if you could start your experience in Africa again, what would you do differently?
Oh man.
If I could start, I would honestly I would set more of a firm foundation with my family before I allow other people into our life.
Hallelujah.
And I would also keep my relationship with the Most High strong, because I must admit, after dealing with a lot of people that so-called, you know, are in the walk and faith with us, I sort of like didn't want to deal with anybody or even the Bible. I'm like, you know what, bro? Like, it hindered and it affected my prayer life in a way that I never want to feel again. So I would, you know, I would keep my prayer life strong and not open my family up to all those different people in that early of a season that I did. I feel like I moved too soon with letting people into our life, and it caused us a lot of pain that we didn't have to go through if I would have moved a little bit more strategic and done things a little bit differently. And you.
I would say I would have not tried to take everybody with me in the beginning. Like when we first got here, we were on this whole like, let's build. Like we'll build with anybody. Like,
Anybody.
It don't matter, Caterpillar, like anybody. Like, you want to build? You want to build? Like, come on.
Right.
You know? And so, I remember at one point we had started doing pop-up shops where
that's your heart
like
your heart posture. That was your heart posture. Like that's how we are.
Yeah.
Come on, let's build. Exactly. Come on, let's do this, y'all.
Mm-hmm. So we were doing pop-up shops, and like we basically were like everybody paid like a little piece of the portion of the to rent out the event hall and to like, you know, like get tables and everything like that, so everybody can showcase their business, what they sell, you know, like make some customers, make clients and everything like that. And like we couldn't even get that right. Like people were not paying. They will not show up. They'll say, I'm coming. And like, you know, you're advertising, like, we're going to have this Jamaican food, this, that, and the third. And people are not coming, not showing up, not paying on time, and like just being petty, like doing little petty stuff at the event. And I'm like, this is something small. Like we can't, and like we were becoming stressed out over that, like over little stuff we would like try to do, like to organize a diaspora, like have like little events. Like people would just come there to try to sabotage and like just like have their own agendas. And so knowing what I know now, I wouldn't even have probably done half that stuff, you know, because that was all like, I'm not gonna say it's a waste of time, because everything is a learning experience, and you have to go through each season and each, you know, different thing that the Most High will allow you to go through in order to get the lesson out of it, in order to learn how to deal with people, in order to learn how to set up boundaries. So I understand that it was all working for my good, but if they say hindsight 2020, right? Like I would not have tried to take all those people with me, because half those people turned out to be enemies, ops. They are, some of them on the live right now. You know, so
hey y'all.
You know, like watching at it's 3:00 in the morning over here. Like people are watching their enemies. It's just amazing, you know, the things, the lengths that people go through. You know, so yeah, I definitely wouldn't have tried to just take everybody with me. I would have just built with my husband and my family and those who the Most High sent to me. I would have prayed over everyone, and before I just say, yeah, like let's just link up, I would have prayed like, Most High, is this somebody that I need to keep around me? Is this someone that's gonna pour into me? Now I know I pray before I like try to like, you know, like link up with somebody or like be friends or like do a video with them. I pray and I watch them as well to see like how they move and all these different type of things. So yeah.
And to whom much is given, much is required. So you know, we gotta call out the haters and the demons that's watching and trying to, you know, tear down what we're doing. As we were unfortunately getting pushed out of the live, we saw there's a person who's, like my wife just said, it's 3:00 in the morning, y'all, here in Tanzania. There's someone who's actively doing videos trying to talk about us, trying to slander us, and they're laying down watching this right now at 3:00 in the morning and on here commenting right now. And they're supposed to be a man, supposed to be leading their family doing something, but instead they're sitting on their phone gossiping and acting like a woman. So this is the type of things that we have to deal with. They're watching right now, and I know you're listening. So I'm calling you out once again. I seen the brother in person. I saw him in person, Daniel. He dropped his head like a girl and didn't have anything to say.
That's always the case.
He's using the platform, his small platform, to try and do something and try and slander what we're doing. But this is the things that we have to deal with. So I wouldn't have never extended my arm to these fake type of people at so soon had I not, you know, had I known what I know now. But everything happens for a reason, and every enemy that came our way has literally been a footstool. Literally, every time they tried to stop us, they have become a footstool to help us go to the next level. Anytime we face affliction, we've had people that come after the affliction and say, hey, since you've been through that, I know you're anointed. Here's a blessing. Every time we go through something, we get a blessing. So we know it's a part of it. And unfortunately, we have to go through it to learn this lesson, but we still going to keep going and do what we need to do. So yeah, I wouldn't have exposed my family to all these fake demons had I known better. Yeah.
Brother, I love to expose a demon. I ain't going to ask you to expose them.
I love a good expose of a demon.
So, you know, I'm gonna find you though. I'm gonna figure out who you is. But you know, just what you were saying, Siobhan, sis, like, you know, if I could do something different, you reminded me that I wouldn't be so open. Like we've had so many families, individuals, couples come towards us, and we've opened our arms and our home like to them.
Yes.
And what I notice is that it's all lovely when they're in the UK or America or Jamaica or wherever they're at. But the minute they get here, like that jealousy, that envy, it can't hide it. It can't hide it. So ugly. It's just jealousy. And I've realized that like 90% of the people that we don't mess with anymore is because they wanted exactly what we have. They wanted to be in the position that we were in. And I kind of understood it in a not so sinister way when when it wasn't obvious. So I would always tell people, you come out here, if your mind is right, we can work, because I need help. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Man.
I need, right. So we can work, but not everybody wants to serve. Not everybody wants to be in service, not even to the Most High, but to their own brothers and sisters. They don't know how to keep the commandments. So they
And
just want to be.
some people will literally make the boat drown because they're not the captain. Like,
Man.
Exactly.
it's not
Exactly.
enough that they're on the boat. They got saved from the stuff we leaving from. It's not enough that we all eating. It's enough for everybody to go around. We almost at our destination. None of that is enough. They keep looking at who's driving the boat, who started the project. And they can't even enjoy how the Most High have saved them and blessed them because they're looking at somebody else's blessing. And so they would rather punch holes so none of us make it to that destination. We all drown and die because they are not the captain. And that's what I realized about some of our people. I'm like, they would rather we all just literally me stop doing land, stop selling land, and helping all of our people just because they got refunds. Like,
Right.
it's ridiculous.
Right.
That's all it is.
Right.
It's all the people who got refunds
Yeah.
For being a
who
devil.
most of them ask for refunds, but they're mad because they got their refund. They no longer a part of it. So they're like, you know what, I'm going now. I'm finna go run to do wickedness like straight away, So it's just crazy. Like all these people have the same thing in common. And if you go like on their different channels, you'll see them, they're trying to do the same exact thing. You'll see them doing like how to get land in whatever African country videos or how to do this. You'll see them trying to do the same exact thing, which is nothing wrong with that. But
Man.
do it in a proper way. Like,
Man.
I would never try to take away from somebody who I've learned from. There's people I watch, and I mention their names all the time. I don't have a hatred bone or a covetous bone in my body where I feel like I can't say someone's name or I can't give somebody their props for helping me because I feel like, oh, if I say their name or give them props, that's going to take away from me. That's a wicked, demonic spirit. That is very demonic, And so you just go on these people's channel, you'll see why they're doing what they're doing. Like if you have even any little bit of discernment or wisdom, you will see the motives behind why these people are doing what they're doing.
But most times you won't see their channel small because they operate in negativity. It don't grow.
Yeah.
Right.
It don't grow. Nobody don't see it.
20 views, 30 views.
Man.
Like, okay.
Man.
I literally asked the Most High to like keep me focused. But like what Siobhan was saying, what's the last thing you said, Siobhan, before Tim came in? It was something I wanted to piggyback on.
I was saying that dang, what was I saying?
They can go and look at their content and see the truth of what it is.
I was saying that if you go to their channels, like a lot of them, they aspire to do the same type of things, but they're
okay, that's what I was gonna say. I had the same thing happen to me really quickly. It's like y'all know what's going on with me because they done put it all over YouTube, yeah. But it's like the guy that I was working with close to my company, he decided he should be the boss, so he should be getting more. Somebody in his ear that he don't need me and I should be paying him or whatever. So he decided to go do his own company. Mind you, I've taught them the whole business layout. I've taught them organization. I've taught them the color scheme, the colorway. They have done exactly what it is I'm doing. But the problem that shocked me the most is that one of the people that I help are pretending to be my client. Like they're pretending to still be my client so they can continue to get, how I answer, how I respond, whatever, the blueprint. And so this company put out a flyer and I'm looking at the number. Now I don't know this number by heart, but the spirit told me to put the number in my phone. I put the number in my phone and it's one of my clients. And I'm like, now there's somebody I'm cool with. I think I'm building for. I think we gotta be sisters. And so I say, you helping them, you starting a business with them, trying to destroy me. And her answer told me it all. That's why I'm like all of y'all when I say I started falling back for trying to create family within my clients. Her answer was, sis, I'm gonna be living there one day too, and I gotta make money too. That was her answer. Yeah. Like, so you got to make money by trying to destroy my company. Like you couldn't see that I'm doing well and try to say, sis, where you need help, let's do something together. Like you are okay with what they're doing, robbing me, like literally lying on me, changing, doing everything I'm doing, and you're saying you're joining forces with them because you need to come here and make some money too. So forgive me and my family. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm like, wow, people can't let the Most High give them their own assignments, their own agenda, their own goals. Like,
No,
they gotta follow up.
Right. Like why
like
name for yourself doing your own work? Like why you gotta keep throwing somebody's name up and around in your mouth? Like do people's name taste good in your mouth? Like why? Continuously say somebody's name over and over and over and over again. It's very sick and demonic, you know, like just do your own thing. Nobody's stopping you. Do your own thing.
mm,
Just that simple.
they haven't even got the strength to carry the anointing. It's crazy. It's like your back will break if you had to do what I was doing. You're not built like that.
Man,
Yeah.
Like relax. Like you
Come on,
can't handle.
okay, relax. Like,
It's like wait your turn.
yeah.
Better yet, you know, you have a gifting somewhere else, but no, you wanna be me. Like you can't be me.
right.
That, do you know how that is actually sick? Someone who wants to
Yeah.
be you, that means you can't. If they want to be you, that means who are you gonna be?
Right.
Yeah.
What about you?
Right? You trying to take me out, like for real, to have my position, like
And they
you're.
will. And they will.
If they could, they would,
They would.
but they can't.
And I'm sure all of you guys, like, I'm sure all of you guys have seasons and points in your life where you literally served under someone before you was anointed and blessed with this position that we are in right now. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
At some point, we humbly had to
I'm
sit
still
down
under
with
my
some.
mentor. I'm still
Say that
under him.
again?
Y'all got wives, so the wives they under the husbands. Like it's like, yeah.
Yeah. Before we came, people don't understand the sacrifice. Before my wife and I came to Africa, before we even got married, we used to drive from Nashville all the way to Louisville, Kentucky. That was a 3-hour drive every Sunday. 3 hours there, 3 hours back, just to go to church and get the real word. Literally, we sacrificed a year and a half driving every Sunday back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And that sacrifice, literally, I know without a shadow of a doubt, it helped the Most High see what we were working on, see how serious we were, see how committed we were. And He allowed the blessings to overflow into our life.
Yeah. Yeah, it was such a blessing, like how we found Pastor Darby. It was literally like by happenstance. I just saw him on YouTube when I was searching for the truth. I had become like disillusioned with Christianity, like not Christianity like at its core, like true following Christ, but like just like the religious aspect of it and like knowing like Christ was not a white man. You know, that was like around that time I found Pastor Darby. And so when I told him, I was like, we should go to his church. And like when we went there, it was like from the first moment he saw us, it was like, he was like, okay, like who are y'all? Like, you know, like it was like the interest sparked and like he was able to pour into us. We did marriage counseling with us. He was able to marry us. He was able to prophesy over our lives that we would have a great ministry. He actually prophesied what we're doing now. He told us we was going to be doing this in, what was it, 2017, I think. Yeah, he was like, you guys are going to have a great ministry. There's an urgent call on your lives. Like there's going to be so many people that y'all are going to touch and help. Like he really just poured into us. So for us to, and he taught us about honor. Like that was one thing he drilled into us. He was like, honor is the currency of the kingdom. You cannot get anything in this world without honor. There's a hierarchy in the spiritual realm, in the heavenly realm. Like you don't just get to bypass the lieutenant and the chief and go straight to this person. You have to go, it's an order in heaven, you know, and people don't understand order. They just want to do whatever they want to do. They want to bypass all the laws. They want to feel like they're entitled to have these different things, and they don't know anything about honor. And that was something he really like taught us about honoring the leader. He taught us you don't rebuke up. He taught us all sorts of things. He said, you don't rebuke me, the Most High will rebuke me in private. And if I don't listen, then he'll send another prophet to rebuke me. You don't rebuke up. So a lot of people was out of order. It's a lot of things that's out of order. The whole house of Israel is out of order. It's a lot of things that needs to be cleaned up. House needs to be cleaned up. People really need to get their heart in order because that heart is desperately wicked in our people.
And
It is.
that's what happens when you come to the motherland. You go for a rites of passage. You go for a purification by fire. Ghana, Tanzania will do that to you. The motherland will do that to you. It will try and purify you. Guys, I didn't realize how late it was in Tanzania.
No, I didn't
Me
either.
So I
neither.
It's okay.
It's all right. We be up anyway sometimes. Just
okay.
I
talking.
didn't
So
realize it either. I'm like, what?
I think we were the same.
No.
Sorry.
It's East Africa, baby.
No, but I thought it was like on the same like
Oh, okay.
thing. Yeah, I didn't
So-
know it was like so different.
We
We've
west
got like,
side over here.
are you good for 20 more minutes? 15, 20
Yeah, we
minutes?
good.
we ride
Okay,
up.
We good.
Okay, cool. This is a few more questions I want to ask, but I also going to state that, you know, the man I am, I just have to say, please don't come to me asking me to use my platform to speak on any situation. Like, I'm not just talking about the person in the comments. People have come to me talking names. Like I said to you, Alita, last time, people have come and mentioned your name, have come and mentioned Zaylock's name, and they're like, you need to expose them. It's not my job. It's not my job to do that. What you're better off doing is starting a YouTube channel yourself, which I know y'all love to do, and, you know, see if the light resonates to the darkness or the light resonates to the light, because Yah does know the truth. The Most High knows the truth, and the truth is what will set us free. But I'm not the one. Like, I'm not that guy in it. I'm not that. I'm just not that guy in it. Like, I'm not. Like, you will regret it. Like,
Yeah.
what you see.
Another thing is,
No,
I
let
think
them
they
come
think
on there,
we
Daniel,
care.
so you can set them straight.
Right.
Nah,
I'm just saying, what you see on YouTube and what you see me putting out here is only a half of me. You don't know me. You don't
Come
know
on.
me. And it's better you don't even get to know me, because you may not like what you see, because I'm a warrior for the Most High. And I'm going to use spiritual discernment, and I'm going to use, you know, people's fruits, and I'm going to judge them by that. But I ain't going to give you a platform on my channel. I learned from a mistake. Alita, you have a client that was once my client after you probably rejected them. That was once my client. And then they came into our situation and found out all the information they could find out. They even wanted an interview on the land, and I interviewed them on the land, and that boosted their YouTube channel. And they're out there right now. And not only did they do that, they also went into my group, my WhatsApp,
into
Telegram group,
lives,
into the
like
intimate space
infiltration.
where I have my clients, and they try to poach them one by one.
Try.
Oh no, they are still doing it.
They're still doing
They're
it.
still doing it.
That's
They-
what they do.
Yeah, they like bacteria. So they plant themselves in there and then they spread.
I feel like the perfect way to describe them is parasites.
Parasite. There you go.
They're parasites because they can only survive off a living host, of someone else's light, of someone else's emotion, someone else's anything, energy. That's all they do. They're parasitic in their very nature.
The same way how you said you saw this brother, I saw this woman with her husband in a Accra Mall before, like 2 days before it all blew up, and they couldn't look me in my eye. So I knew something was up. They couldn't look me in my eye. I look you dead in your eye straight.
Man.
And the thing is, I'm the type of person, I'm gullible. Well, I was gullible.
He was.
I was the type of person, if you come to me and said, brother, we want to do what you're doing, how do we do it? I would have gave you all the tricks of the trade. I would have given you all the information. I would have showed you the mistakes that I make so you don't have to make the mistakes.
Yep.
But see that deceptive, jealous, envious, covetous, call it what it is, that covetous mentality. I ain't about that. You sinned to try and take what we have. But you can never be Daniel King. You can never be Alondra King. You can never be like the kings. Like, I have a light on me that even drawed you in. It drawed you.
Exactly.
So
and that's the thing. They forget that who inspires them. Once they get to Ghana or get to Tanzania, it's like they're like, oh, I'm gonna do it too. I started my own company. Like, okay, but hello, how you doing? Who helped you get here?
You was on the phone crying with me before you didn't even know what you was about to do. Like, you gonna forget about that conversation, bro?
Right. I have to be. You wasn't even on
YouTube.
Bro, You was
And
still
now
on your
they
mommy as a grown man. Like I helped you, bro. Dang.
They don't care. They don't care. Like they forget, and they don't
Yeah.
understand that we can go further together. You don't have to come here and try to take what's ours. You can sit still and seek the Most High. He actually do have a plan for you as well, and you can be just as prosperous. That's why I'm glad that us three, particularly, as far as the groups, we decided to connect and unify and encourage each other because we realized not only did the Most High make us relate through products and music and relocation and like so much other things, but he also is putting us through the fire. Like we all have these similar stories. Like, okay, bruh, over here talking sideways, like and this guy saying this, like so. I'm just happy that we have each other. One of the things that I liked about both of y'all wives was the righteousness of it all. Righteousness didn't have to be me. Hi, good evening, madam. How are you? Like it doesn't have to be perfect and straight. It sometimes it look a little rough. Sometimes it's a little bold. Sometimes it's ugly. Sometimes it's sad. Like And so I saw in both of y'all like women I can actually touch and get close to. For me, that is saying a lot because our people are not living this truth. And I can't get with it. I can't do the lukewarm. I can't do the false, preaching, all this stuff that's going on in the world. I am isolated and set apart from it. So when I started, talking to y'all, I'm like, I like them. And then Siobhan, I'm like, that's my friend. Like, she just don't know it. But hi, friend. Like, and so I'm like, Tim, send me your wife number. Like, And so I'm happy that we're getting to the point where they can just keep watching them. Like, and then the last thing I want to say is I truly think that our viewers think we care about this YouTube crap. I think they think because they use the word expose. Daniel, you need to expose her. To who? YouTube? What is YouTube? Like, you finna tell YouTube on me? Like, I only fear the Most High. YouTube cannot whoop me. I use YouTube money for tissue and wet wipes and dish soap. YouTube is not really doing it for me. The Most High, YouTube is like some little travel money, little gas money. YouTube do not pay the bills. YouTube don't make me feed my family. So when y'all try to say exposure, get on YouTube, it's because y'all see us on YouTube trying to document our journey to inspire y'all. Y'all don't realize we not where y'all at though. Y'all caught up in this YouTube world. We're posting and getting the hell off and going to get back into work, coming back posting and getting back into work. And like y'all don't realize we don't care. So tell YouTube, tell TikTok, tell Facebook, tell all of these people. They're wicked. We want them to push us off so we can get closer to the Most High. So tell YouTube, like you can't expose me to YouTube. Like it's just retarded to me. Like
yeah. It's
wow.
crazy.
Wow.
Y'all comment.
There's so many comments in there, so many comments. But let's get to the next question because we want to wrap up real soon.
So,
sorry, go ahead.
What advice would you give to those about to embark on the journey to Africa?
Oh man.
Who gonna go first?
You.
All right.
Y'all got it.
I would say, man, guard your gates, guard your heart, and really don't think everyone that's here or coming here is gonna be excited for you and really have your best interests at heart. There's vultures on both sides. There's vultures within whichever country you go to. I'm sure there'll be vultures within the local people that's there. They'll see you as an opportunity and want to latch on and just take advantage. And there's people like that within our community who come over here and pretend like they're a part of the movement. And if they see you're a family with a light, they're going to try to latch on to you and try to suck you dry of your anointing, of your peace, of your joy, of your gentleness. They're going to try to suck all your fruits away and then leave you dry. So, man, be wise with who you connect with, have discernment, and make sure you Don't let your guard down for people just because they say shalom and just because they say they about the movement, because that's a facade for a lot of people, I've learned. So judge people by their fruit. Judge them by when y'all having those conversations. Are they bringing up gossip about other people, or are they talking about business? Are they trying to pull you into the wrong conversations, or are they trying to keep you on the right track? You need to pay attention to those type of things when you meet people, and don't be so quick to run and meet people. Heal first. Sit in your house for a month, 2 months, 3 months, however long it take you to heal. We not ready to jump and meet people and form the community as soon as we get off the plane. You have to take some time to detox, realize where you at, learn how to be a brother and learn how to be a sister. Because honestly, I've had people reach out to me after they've been here for like a year and a half, and they messed up that first 2 months, 3 months. They like, brother, listen, man, I had a lot going on in this season, brother. Can you please forgive me, man? My bad, man. I was lost at the time. I was still healing. I had sisters come and apologize to my wife, like, look, I was dealing with hormonal issues. I didn't even know what I was dealing with. I apologize. So when you first get here, you got to understand, like, you're going to be dealing with a lot. You're going to be detoxing. You don't even know how to be the person that you want to be yet. So you're going to have to go learn how to do that for a season. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would say, remember the movements before us. Remember all of the Black movements before us and how they were destroyed. Go back to the beginning. Go back to Marcus Garvey. What happened to him? He was trying to do a noble thing. Like, okay, we're enslaved in America. Let's leave. Let's go form our own nation in Liberia. What did they do to him? They called him a fraud, got him on some bogus charges of mail fraud when he's just trying to help. He didn't even get the chance to get to the motherland, dealing with people. Look at the Black Panther movement. What did they do? They sent our own people to come and infiltrate us, to get people shot and killed in their own homes. They got bombs dropped on people. Our own people did this to us. Look at what happened to Martin. Look at all these different people. It's always been our own people. It's always been these different CIA movements to stop the rise of a Black Messiah, COINTELPRO, all these different things. You can look this up. This is not a conspiracy theory. These are targeted movements to infiltrate us, moving back to Africa and forming communities and getting away from their system, which is what the Most High wants us to do. So if you become this person, if you engage in gossip and slander and all these different things, guess what? You've now marked yourself as an enemy of the Most High. It's not about me. Take me out of the equation, because this is the mission that the Most High put us on. So if you're opposing us, you're opposing him. And that's a very, very dangerous place to be in, because if you don't repent, a lot of y'all don't repent, and y'all still have time. Like, the Most High's been so gracious to a lot of you guys, but a lot of y'all is going to continue to be hard-headed, and y'all are going to face that internal fire, unfortunately. But for those of you who have seen the error of your ways, because I've seen y'all, a lot of y'all have come on our different channels and apologized and said, oh, I slandered the other person on your channel, I apologize, and vice versa. Y'all needs to continue to start doing these things. Stop talking about things you don't know about. If you wasn't there, if it don't have nothing to do with you, if you wasn't involved, mind your business. That's the best thing you can do, because if you open your mouth, whether it's through opening your mouth physically or you're writing a comment or whatever it is you're doing, you're going to be responsible and you're going to face that same judgment. If you come into agreement with someone that's slandering someone else, guess what? You're now a slanderer and a gossiper. You're going to face that same judgment. So just be very careful about what you're saying and how you're tarnishing the Most High's children and what we're sitting here to do. So, so just, again, going back to the beginning, remember the movements before us. Remember how they always try to get people. They always do the same thing. They try to call these people a fraud, a scam, or they said that they was, like involved in some sort of scandal. They was cheating on their wives. They always try to do something to tarnish the person. So don't let that be the same case again. Like, we have a beautiful moment in time where it's the end of the Gentiles' reign. It's the end of Esau's reign. It's time for us to step into our authority, to step into our position. We don't have time for the low-level nonsense anymore. Like, it's time out for that. It's going to get to a point in time where in the Haitian Revolution, guess what they have to do? They have to go and kill all the people who was going to be on the side of the oppressors. And I'm not saying we're going to go out here and start killing people. Who knows? Maybe the Most High will commission people to start doing it. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, don't face spiritual damnation or physical damnation because you're refusing to follow the will of the Most High, because you're letting your emotions and your feelings and your jealousy and your envy allow that to control you and to try to stop what it is the Most High is doing. The Most High is doing. You're not gonna win.
Yeah.
So that's just my advice to everyone.
Powerful.
Yeah, that
So
was very
powerful.
powerful.
Yeah, very powerful. I pray that we heed
Say it again.
because,
Yes, yes.
yeah, I pray that we take heed. Oh,
Man.
Alita?
Um, it's a few things I would say. I'm gonna start off with repenting. So the first thing we have to do is repent, and that's just so we can be proper with the Most High. So we can start off with a clean slate, and we can know that He's delivering and ordaining the path we're on. So repent for our ancestors, for what you don't remember, what you don't know, the sin you don't remember, sin you don't know is sin, for the knowledge you haven't gained, for what just repent for what you don't know and what you do know. Start there. And then the second thing I want to say is consult the Most High, seek His face, fast, pray, consecrate your mind, your space, your time before you embark on a journey like this. Because it's not for the faint of heart, it's not for the weak minded, it's not for the followers. It's just not that. You got to get here and be on your entrepreneurial bag. You're not going to come get a job. So you have to consult the Most High. You have to seek Him for proper guidance because this is your livelihood we're talking about. So after you repent and you wipe that slate clean, now ask Him to lead you, guide you, and you must make sacrifices for the success you envision. So if you want Him to do something big for you, you got to give back something big. So make sacrifices, put the pork down, make sacrifices, give up the sorority, give up the industry that He didn't call you to be in, give up hanging out, drinking, smoking in settings that are not, conducive to you being safe or to you being an edifier. So you have to give up some things and create a safe space for the Most High to dwell in. He don't dwell in all spaces. So create a space for Him to dwell in. And then guess what? When you embark on this journey to Ghana and to the things He wants you to do, you've done everything correctly now. You don't need to fear anything. He said He made the bird, make sure the birds eat, make sure the grass grow. How much bigger are you that He will not make sure that you eat? And so know that He got you, trust the process. And then the last thing I want y'all to do is when you get to Ghana, when you get to Tanzania, I need you to sit still. Stop trying to run head first into the country and do everything under the sun. Start every business you've seen all of us start. Jump into our territory and try to take it over. I can do it better. Da, 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 da. I'm a YouTuber now. I'm a content creator. Sit down, nephew, daughter, shut up. He have instructions for you. So you gotta get the instructions first before you know what to do. Y'all get here and start running with no instructions, no directions, no resources, no meditation, no consecrated spirit, no mindset shift. And you just going and going and going, and you like that rat on that little wheel. It's just going and going and going and ain't getting nowhere. 4 years, 2 years, 3 years past, we can't see your fruit. 6 years past, you back in the place He delivered you from. You done got turned into a pillar of salt because you didn't look back and He told you to do three things: repent, consult me, and stay focused. Let me give you the instructions. Sit down. So I want y'all to listen. When y'all get to these countries, it's new for us. We got trauma we gotta heal from. We got patience we gotta learn to grasp. We got some stuff He gotta tear us down first. You're gonna get robbed, you're gonna get attacked, you're gonna go from not cussing to cussing. You're gonna go through these fires because of the things He has planned for you. So if you're not equipped and ready to fight that fire with fire, you're gonna get burnt up. So sit still and let the Most High give you, like the Power Rangers. They gotta get or the spinach guy. They gotta get the power they need. You gotta keep oil in your lamp. So get it together. That oil, you need multiple lamps too. The Most High didn't come bring you here for something small. He want to do something big in you, but He can't do it until He know He have your heart, till He know He have your mind. Till the religious have left. There's no religion here. There's no doctrine here. It's lifestyle, period. So when you ask because they like to ask, Daniel and Tim and the wives and me, how did y'all do this? How did y'all become successful? What was the one thing? Da, 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 da. And we all gonna keep sending you back to the Most High. You know why? Because we don't have a potion pill for you. You don't take
Right.
this pill and now everything is better. We don't have the magical words. You come into the country, use this word, and now you're gonna be good. No, we consecrated ourselves. We sacrificed our lives. I live for this. This is my life, y'all. Selling land, construction, products. This is what I'm here doing. The only other time I have is for sleeping and making sure the Most High gets some of my time or self-care. So I've devoted my life to y'all. I've sacrificed this. All the things y'all heard me name, I sacrificed them so that I can get what the Most High have for me. And just so happen what the Most High have for me is something that I need to give to y'all. So there are 10 commandments, but over 300 laws. And one of the things I just saw on Instagram is out of the 10 commandments, all of them involve, 4 involve loving God, the Most High. The other 6 involve loving people or being good to people. And so master these things. This is the pill. This is the magic you want me to tell you I did. This is the ritual you want me to explain to you. Y'all want me to tell y'all I put crystals down and lit some incense and looked at the moon and no, I kept the law. When I slipped up, I got back in order. And then I didn't make slipping up a habit. Okay? Ain't no oops, forgive me, Lord. That only works so many times now. Grace and mercy run out. So I'm not a Christian. Ain't no praying over my food and then eating pork. No, I'm an Israelite. Lifestyle. I have to repent and turn away. And so that's the advice I'll give y'all. I don't have no magic, no potion, no whiteboard, nothing, no book, nothing to tell y'all. You need to turn away from wickedness and give it over to the Most High. And then he's going to start to ordain every step, every path, every block, every lane, every dollar, every peso, everything you need is going to start to come in your face. You're not even going to have to work for it. That's how you know it's Most High too, because it was easy. Not easy, but it wasn't confusing. It was very clear on the direction and the instructions that were given to you. So that's what I'll say.
Ba-ba-ba-bam. Ba-ba-ba-bam. You on fire. You on fire.
That's it.
You on fire.
That's it. Mic drop. That's
Mic
it.
drop.
Yeah, right.
You done that dance. That's it. It's done.
Yeah. My brother writes 618 laws. There you go. Somebody corrected me in the comments. Thank you.
Hey, sis, thank you. Thank you for
Wow.
that. That was powerful. Wow. And we've lost T3 and me again. I'm sure they'll be back.
I hear it.
But we are going to wrap up. But I'm just going to, my advice to those that, are coming, it would be to, before you come mentally, prepare mentally first. So, prepare your mental to come out here before your physical actually gets out here. I'm going to give a very precise message now. And this is not for my single ladies. This is really for families, because we are a family. And, I'm speaking from experience and also from what I have seen with many of, the people that we've had to deal with. Get your house in order. So there's an organic order. Most High, husband, wife, children. Now that order has been skewed and messed up by the West, and there is no family order, in that Babylon system. When you come to Africa, get that in order, because I'm sick of wives coming to me who have a husband, a well-abled husband who's meant to be covering them. And this is where most of the problems begin, because the wife is, reaching out to me to buy land, and, I don't even hear from the husband. But the minute she's not happy or they get here, then I'm hearing from the husband. I'm like, where was you all this time, brother? Like, it should have been me and you having a conversation in the beginning. Yeah. But it shows me the kind of men they are, because they're the men that, they stay behind their wife, and their wife's got all the mouth and they have none. Even when you prompt them, they have none. And this is where, you know, I'm seeing a disorder. It's disorder. So when you say get right with the Most High before you come, I'm saying get right in that area. Because if you are about the Most High, then you already understand the order. You already understand that, you know, you are the head of your family. You're the priest of your family. And do you think I can send my wife to go buy land on my behalf? No, not never, never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. Like it is just natural to me. It just doesn't feel right because it isn't right. I'm the one that's gonna be going out, especially in a patriarchal society like Ghana or Africa as a whole. Like that's why I salute you, Alita, because you're out here in a patriarchal society, like holding your own and doing what you need to do. And I know if you had a husband, then you'd be doing it together, or he would be in the forefront. But for those that don't, for those that are in their you know their marriages, like first of all, you've got it all backwards when the woman is coming to me and you know she's up front and she's the masculine energy in the relationship, because that's where problems start to come into it. So I'm just advising people out there, take my advice if you want to, or if you don't, it's up to you. But take it back to the Father. The Father's going to restore the organic order in your family. Then you're going to be able to approach me as a man and not send your wife to approach me, which is where problems begin to, you know, arise. There's something else I wanted to add to that. And then, you know, when you come out here, because you're going through a rites of passage, because you're being tested, there's no safety net in Ghana. There's no safety net in Ghana. There's no benefits. There's no, you know, food banks. There's no government to fall back on. So that's how I learned to be a man out here in Africa, in Ghana, because there's nothing to fall back on. Like my wife has to rely on me and me alone. And if you feel you're going to come out here in that disorder, that family disorder, when you have a husband who does nothing, who is not in the forefront, when that time comes for that house to be built, who's going to build it? Who's going to build it? It's going to have to be your husband up front. Not to say that the woman can't do it. She shouldn't be doing it. She shouldn't be doing it because she has a husband dealing in a patriarchal society. So I see that a lot here. And I'm speaking on it because I know it's true. I've seen so many families come out here with a backward order and seen it reverse on them and bite them in the arse because they haven't submitted to the Most High. They don't understand the order. So that would be my advice for any families out there, couples out there, like get yourself in order. Get in alignment with the Father, with the Most High, because when you come here, Africa will put a mirror right in front of you and you'll be faced with yourself. You'll be faced with your demons. You'll be faced with your sins. You'll be faced with your flaws. You'll be faced with your wife. You'll be faced with your husband. And there's no one to fall back on. You know what I mean?
There's no one to blame.
There's no one to blame other than you. And if you come out here and it's a calling from the Father, I just advise you that you let go of all ties in the West, because it's like
it's the look back.
It's the looking back.
That's the look back.
If you're coming out here to see what it's like, cool, I ain't talking to you. If you're coming out on holiday, I ain't talking to you. I'm talking about those that got the call from the Father. Oh, we didn't sell our house just in case. I'm telling you now, sell it. Yep. Sell it and do not look back. Do not look back, because if you look back, you may just disintegrate and end up in a puff of smoke or a pillar of salt or whatever the case may be. So if you've been called by the Father, the Most High, to come out here, sell that house, stop hanging on to all the things you got back in the UK, the car, get rid of it and make the move. Be obedient. Because delayed obedience is disobedience. So some people got the call from 2019 and they're still in their yard now talking about, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Yeah. When we got the call, we were out within a few months. When Tim got the call, they were within a month. That you lot are not listening. You're disobedient. If the father said move, do you think he's going to move and have you living on the street in Ghana? He's not. He'll make a way where you believe there's no way, but because you lack in faith, is the reason why you're not stepping out in faith.
You fear man, and you should be fearing your father, and that's it.
And that's my advice. Okay. Guys, you keep dropping out. Are you guys?
Don't I have advice?
Oh, do you have advice? Sorry.
Internet acting crazy, but yeah.
My wife's like, hold on, I got advice. Go on.
No,
I was actually saying that too. I'm like, wait a minute, I want to hear hers.
Go ahead.
To be honest, I'm not gonna even keep it. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because everyone really addressed all that needs to be addressed here. So my one is just to reiterate a message that we have been given all week, and that is humble yourself. Humble yourself. Humble yourself before the Father, please. Humble yourself before your brothers and sisters. Humble yourself to your husbands. Husbands, husband yourself to the Father. Children, humble yourself to your parents. Humble yourself. That's the only way I think that you're going to make it, is if you humble yourself. Everyone has got the spirit of pride on them. And, well, without being cliche, but we know what comes after pride, a fall. So please just humble yourself.
Indeed.
That's it.
Hallelujah. Okay, guys, any last words that you have to say? Because we said a lot tonight. We said a lot. It's nearly coming up to 2.5 hours, or just over 2.5 hours. But it was needed. It was well overdue, and it was well needed. I've got a dozen more questions, but we didn't get into them. So I guess we'll leave that for another time. But, any last words that you have to say, and also, make sure that you promote yourself on here, because what you're seeing right here is 3 powerful YouTube channels, and not just YouTube channels, but 3 powerful businesses and 5 powerful individuals. So, we just give thanks and praise to the Most High. Someone said on the thingy, I didn't even know these 3 knew each other. Imagine, like, it's not even like we've never met. We've never met. Like, I don't know if you've met Tim and his wife, but so we've never met, but real recognize real. And good spiritual discernment, just knows, like, your sister and your brother. And it's not just because they say all praises to the Most High, or they wear the earrings, or they wear the tassels, or whatever the case may be,
or like, they friend this.
Like, it's so much. It's about heart posture, and we've been speaking all week. We've been live every day this week, speaking about heart posture and the purification of fire by fire, and that's what it's about. It's about recognizing the real, and seeing those that have gone through the purification, and as Alita said, have come out as gold, that are still shining, that are still refined, that are still solid, that haven't melted to the ground and run back to Babylon talking about it's better over here. I'm gonna stay over here because it's more convenient. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna just get fat over here and eat all this poisonous food. No, we stuck it out and we're sticking it out. Do you know what I mean? On the motherland. And let me just say, this ain't the final destination. This ain't the final destination. A lot of people believe that they're coming here and this is the final destination. This is a purification process. The Father is going to take us and remove us from here. So whether you believe that Africa is the Holy Land, or was the Holy Land, or is the Kingdom of Judah, I believe that too. I believe it was. I believe there's a new Jerusalem.
He's doing a
new thing. And this is just a purification process. Some of you are too dirty, too traumatized. You're not clean. Your mind ain't right for him to just bring you straight out of Babylon and bring you straight into his home, his kingdom. Do you imagine? That's never going to happen. You're never going to pick up on the street.
This is a purge.
Right, this is the purge. To see your heart. He's judging you now.
Right now.
He's judging you now. Right now. We believe that the judgment day is one day and it's coming soon. And people are just sitting there waiting to be picked up by the Savior, that they're just going to be raptured and they're just going to, you know, something's just going to happen. A boat's just going to come. A plane's just going to come. I'm telling you, it's not going to come. It's not going to come. You're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to do the work, and you're going to have to start that purification process yourself. You're not going to be put in the fire. You're going to have to jump in the fire. You're going to have to jump into that fire, walk into it willingly, because the Father doesn't want nothing to do with you if you're going to be dragged into that joint. He's like, so where was your heart posture to begin with? Where was your heart posture when I called you, when I gave you the message, when I said to you, Tim, come to Africa? Was you obedient? When I said to you, Jarrell, come to Africa, was you obedient? No, you're just sitting there waiting for a plane to park up right outside your house, pick you up and drop you off, and with your house already built. It's not going to happen while you still got your house in America, big old house, empty. Do you know what I mean? Like hanging on to it because you ain't got the faith that the Father is actually going to do what he said he's going to do. So you're just going to hang on to your house just in case the Father lets you down. So I'm here to let you know right now, until you get your faith up, and still until you start cleansing yourself, purifying yourself, healing yourself, and getting yourself in the right heart posture, you ain't gonna make it. The road is narrow. It's only a remnant, only a remnant. And I never really understood like how it could be such a small group, but now I do. Now I understand why it's such a small group, because we are damaged people. We are damaged, and until we start correcting that for ourselves and stop this crabs in a barrel, bringing down our brothers and our sisters and giving people platforms to bring down our brothers and our sisters, like it's never going to change. And until Judah rises, nobody else is going to rise. So I know it's down to Judah. I know it's down to Judah for us to rise so that everybody else can rise. They're waiting on us. And I can see us right now on the screen rising. All we just need is our brothers and sisters to rise with us to make this happen. Otherwise, it ain't gonna happen.
Right.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Yep. Like who else is gonna do it in this time? Like there's people who got the call to do this 20, 30, 40 years ago. They was disobedient. He sent us here to do this work now. Who else is gonna do it? Like he sent us here. Like tell me, who else has been here? Who else is not just saying just us three on this call, but I'm saying those of us who are doing this work here. He sent us here for a specific time, such a time as this. I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in happenstance. I believe everything is divinely ordered and divine timing, in divine alignment. Everything is ordered. And like Daniel said, Judah has to rise. The scriptures say that the scepter shall not depart from Judah. And unto Judah shall the gathering be. And that Judah will have his hand on the neck of the enemies. And that's what we're doing, you know. And so we have to continue to allow ourselves to be pressed. Like that oil is, when you press in that oil out of something, you got to press it. You got to, by the time it's done, it doesn't even look like what it started off being. If it was an olive, it's just a piece of flat black skin, you know, by the time you finish pressing it out. So the pressing process, the pruning process, the wilderness process is hard. Everybody is not able to withstand the pressing, but he wants to press the best oil out of you. So allow yourself to come to Africa and be pressed. Allow yourself to go through the difficult situations and not run back to Babylon where he delivered you from. Allow yourself to be molded. When you prune something, a pruning is a cut, a sharp cut. That hurts. You have to take time to heal. If you ever seen if you're into agriculture and you prune a tree, it takes time for that branch to regrow itself back and to mend itself back. But this is what the Most High wants from us. He wants us to surrender. He wants us to be in a posture of humility and allowing ourselves to be used as a living sacrifice, how he wants us to be used. And we're not going to be able to be used if we're full up with all these spirits of slander and gossip and all this wickedness. He can't press oil out of that. If he pressing oil out of that, guess what? That oil is going to be contaminated with all these different spirits and different impurities and everything like that. So allow yourself, like the whole title of the whole series, allow yourself to be purified and pressed so that he can get the best oil out of all of us. Because guess what? If we all have the best oil running out of us, we unstoppable. We're unstoppable. But if you got pure oil mixed with impure oil, it's a mess. It's a mess. It's not going to work. How can the two walk together unless they agree? So that was my final words. Like, allow the good oil to be pressed out of you and allow the impurities to be removed from you.
Hallelujah. I guess the last thing I'll say is just that I'm being literal. I know some of y'all get tired of the Israelites because we always pushing God, talking about the Bible. Like, I know y'all get this cliche because we're up against what religion and Christianity have done to us. I'm so serious when I say this. Fall in love with the laws. The last thing I want to say is there is safety in the laws. There's culture in the law. There's hierarchy in the law. There's your safe haven, your food, your understanding, your knowledge in the laws. All the questions that you have that pastor told you to put a period and not put a question there when the Most High told you to get an understanding, we got answers to them questions. It's probably in the Torah. What is the Torah? The first 5 books of the Bible. And all of our questions is answered in the laws. I was so confused when I came in this truth. And the confusion started to clear up. Why? Because the law told me culture, the law told me hierarchy, the law told me heritage, the law told me tradition. The law gave me my foremothers, my forefathers, the law gave me the do's and the don'ts. Like the law gave me my answers. So fall in love with the law. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Fall in love with the laws. It's impossible to care about what the prophets, give you their stories in Matthew, Mark, Paul. It's impossible to care about the stories and their testimonies when you don't know who you are. So master the Torah and then move on to the rest of the Bible to learn the New Testament and all these other things. But until you perfect our laws as a melanated, chosen, separated, special, eclectic people, your laws, until you learn them, you're going to be confused in every area, in every way of life, every step you take, every direction you turn. You're going to continue to be confused and jealous of those that look like they are prospering before you. And so the secret is to fall in love with the law.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody said give us 2 more hours.
I would the last thing I want to say is
I think y'all frozen.
Yes,
It's still on.
We're nearly there. We're nearly there.
Can y'all hear us now?
We can hear you.
Okay, good. So I was gonna say, what was I gonna say?
The last final words.
The last final thing I want to say is, you have to. We tell everybody this that invest with us and want to come and build with us and come beside us. If you come over here to Africa, you have to stay strong and remember why you came. There will be enemies that try to come and pull you away from where you're going. They will come and try and get you. And if you aren't healed properly, the enemy will be you. It could be your own voice in your own head self-sabotaging what you're supposed to be doing. You got to fight yourself more than anything on this journey coming over. You got to rid yourself of those negative thoughts, negative way of handling things, negative way of moving, because that will sabotage what you are trying to build over here. We are so sick as a people, and we don't know how to be a people yet because of what we've been through. So you have to please die to yourself, fight yourself. You have to, man, be upset with yourself when you fall, when you make a mistake. You gotta go get that right fast. You gotta hold yourself accountable. And the more you're able to hold yourself accountable, the more, like, people come over here and they get this they turn into the Europeans that they trying to get away from. They feel like because they got some money, because they, have a little status over here, because they got a big bank account, that they can be mean to people and they can be buttholes to people. But you can't do that. That's going to get you kicked out of here. So you got to realize and hold yourself to a standard of what the law says, how we supposed to be, how we supposed to treat our brothers and sisters, how we supposed to treat our people. Because if you're not following that, if you're not trying your best to live within that, bro, this land will spit you out. Like, you will not be able to prosper if you're not operating in the right spirit. We've seen it happen to hundreds of people, not just a few. Hundreds of people came over here with the wrong spirit, and then they ended up back in America talking bad about Africa, or just deleting everything. Yeah, they'll delete everything and act like nothing ever happened and going on back about their life because they were so negative and couldn't get right. So you have to fight yourself when coming over here. Rid yourself of those negative thoughts. Rid yourself of backstabbing, hating on people, gossiping, slandering. You got to get away from that in order to be over here successfully. So if you're coming over here, man, you have to fight for your salvation. You gotta have to hold on tight and not allow the enemy to pull you off. I'm talking about, you gotta have your legs in the air and holding on tight, because they're gonna try to take you off of this. So man, fight yourself and fight the negative people so that you can heal and get to the level that you're supposed to be at and enjoy and reap the harvest of the fruit that's over here bearing for those who put in the work and toil the land. So yeah, that's the last thing I have to say.
Can I say one last thing?
Sure, go ahead.
I have some homework for everybody who's watching this live now or in the in the future.
Come on.
No, we want the assignment. Come back.
Come on.
You see how the enemy's working.
Hey, forget about him. The father's got this. He's got this. Just one more.
Right, one more. Yeah, come back. At least they left off with smiles.
I know, right? So cute.
Well, until they come back, I'm just gonna say that thanks for everybody for joining us on this live and for sticking with us for so long. So everyone on Alita's channel, on our channel, on T3 and me's channel, you know, that's a big link up today that we're live on 3 of the most powerful channels in Africa. Like, I'm
in the world. Africa.
There you go. Africa is the world. Africa is the world. So, you know, I just want to give thanks, and you know, I will obviously thank T3 and me when they come back. But just, you know, Alita, thank you for your time, because it was a long one. And, you know, but I just wanted everybody to be comfortable that they kind of just express themselves. I feel like when I've seen you on other channels, on your own, I feel like, you know, you don't get to, because of time and stuff, we don't really get to delve into, like, you know, the real issues and really get to express ourselves the way is required. So I just pray that you got that today.
Yeah, you received something, you know, for yourself. At
least in some point. Someone's saying, what are the channels? Well, ours is Live with the Kings, and then Alita's is Alita Israel, and then T3 and me. I mean, it's very easy to search. Do you know what I mean? You put in Ghana, all 3 of them. Well, me and Alita's will pop up, and you put in Tanzania.
I think you can put it in the description too once we get off. I think you can.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I'll put them all in the description. That makes sense.
But
so
I
we just wait.
Enjoyed the live. I definitely felt like I had like I think what you're trying to say is like a stage where I'm allowed to just kind of be normal, be a regular person. So like I feel like I had that stage today where I'm not in control of the broadcast. I'm not on the time schedule. You know, I'm drinking my little drink. It's the weekend. I'm just like, so I do feel like I was able to be a bit more normal for my followers or whatever, and for yours. So thank you. But it's also amazing to hear y'all stories even further, learn y'all personalities even more, and just to know I am not alone in this. I'm alone, but I'm not alone in this. Like, so I love hearing the things y'all go through it, because I be over here like, me too. I thought that was like, you know. So I appreciate, like, you know, learning from y'all, and definitely collaborating with you and Sister Siobhan, and just to finally know what it is to have an Israelite sisterhood, because I didn't get that when I first came into the truth. It was like too many separations. This group, this doctrine. I said, how is it all this in the truth? how many truths can you have? Like, so
Mhm.
I'm happy to, connect with y'all. So it was good for me. I enjoyed it.
It was a pleasure. It was
It's
a
been
pleasure.
so good. Oh my gosh.
We're gonna hang on for T3 and me because I want to hear
That final word.
that final word.
Final word.
I want to hear
Me
that.
too. Someone in the comments said it too. They said, "No, come back. We want our homework."
I'm telling you, I want to know what the homework. I just messaged them on the WhatsApp to see, tell them that we're waiting on them. I know they're struggling with internet right now.
Connection. Yeah.
It was someone else on here said Ghana internet doing good. I said we out here showing out.
Oh, we're winning. When it comes to the internet, we winning. Tanzania, we need to fix that connection, y'all.
Tanzania 0.
Right, that's 0, Ghana 1. But look, Tanzania, they in the comments like, no, come back. We want our homework.
Oh, okay.
Hurry
Here go
up.
the homework real quick.
Oh,
So the
she got
homework
paper.
is
She got a folder and paper.
I got my laptop now.
Okay.
So I forget what the scripture is, but it's a scripture that says, "Mark those who cause discord or who cause divisions among you."
Psalm 6
So-
and 19.
6:19
I think.
or Proverbs.
Proverbs.
I forget which one it is, but whatever that scripture is that says that. So I just want you guys to just take note. Like, you don't have to like go and be nasty to them or like leave nasty comments. Just take a mental note of who is out here causing divisions, causing discord among us, so that we know we're following what the scripture says, and we know who is doing this. Because guys, the only way we're gonna defeat this and unify is if we follow the scriptures, and that's what the scripture says to do that. So that's just my homework for everyone. Just take a notice of who's doing this, who's saying what, because I have like a long list of people who I'm like, okay, I know this, that, and the third. And it's good to know. You have to know those who labor among you, so that you know, for one, how to pray for people, who to pray for. Some of us are called to be intercessors. Like, I pray for people a lot. Like, when I see people acting certain type of ways, I'll pray for them. So just mark the people who cause discord and pray for them. Pray that they repent. And if not, you've done what you were supposed to do. So that's my homework for you guys.
You know them by their fruits. So if y'all ever trying to decipher who's doing this, who's doing what YouTubers are real, which ones are agents of adversary, then just look at their fruits.
Man.
It's not really confusing with the Most High. It's very clear with him. Like, so
And a lot of them, they snitch on themselves. A lot of them tell on themselves. Like, you don't have to do too much homework. They will tell you who they are. And when they tell you, it's up to you to believe them. Do you know what I mean? Really believe who they are. Because everyone we've had a run-in with, they told us who they were before. But it was our, gullibleness or disobedience or naivety that our hearts, that's how we got in this position in the first place, falling for other people's, do you know what I mean, gods and idols and all those other things, and that's what got us in this position. So I can hear my voice going, so I'm going to I'm gonna pray. And before I pray, I just thank you all, man. I pray that the Most High have listed each and every one of you on this live that was here to share your testimony. It was indeed powerful. So many people have said it was powerful today. So many people have stayed up to listen for 3 hours. We're 3 minutes away from 3 hours. So we just give praises to the Most High. And even through the internet disconnecting and freezing, we're still here and we still got the message across, and we're still moving in the Most High, and we'll still continue to be T3 and me, a lead to Israel and life with the kings. Nothing can stop that. Unless the Father tells me to stop, I ain't stopping. So it just
Wait, one
is.
more thing. Can I get a T-shirt, T3 and me? I want to rep.
We got you.
When you come to TZ, I got you.
All right, I'm
Well,
gonna see you
then.
Right.
Yeah, we're doing T-shirts out here. I want one. Like,
We're gonna exchange, all of us.
Yeah. I'll see y'all mine.
Let's do it. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna pray and then we're gonna get out of here because I'm hungry. Yeah. All right, let's pray. Okay, Most High Father, we're just grateful for this powerful live. Father, I know that this was your will and that you were in full control of everything that was put forward in this life and everything that we received in this life. I just pray that you bless each and every family that took part, that was listening, wherever they are in the world. I pray that you bless them with spiritual discernment. I pray that you bless them with inner standing. And most of all, I pray that you bless them with the Holy Spirit, which is wisdom. Father, we received the message, or my wife received the message just yesterday, of how we can repay you, how we can show you how much we love you, because words are not enough. And your answer was that just giving me back the wisdom that I give you. So the wisdom that you receive today from each and every one of us, I encourage you all to apply it and give it back to the Father. Be obedient, follow his laws, follow his commandments, seek him with all your heart. And I promise you, you will find him. Seek and you shall find, ask and you shall receive. He has never let me down. He has never let my wife down. He has never let my family down. So as long as you are obedient to his will, there is no reason why he will let you down. Father, I give thanks and I pray that those that weren't able to receive this today, that this goes out to the masses. This goes out to Judah, because Judah needs to rise. This goes out to all 12 tribes of Akobi, that they hear our voice, that they hear this call for them to come to the motherland, to start their purification process, their purification by fire, to start their cleansing, and that we ask you to seek their hearts and to purify them so that they are prepared for this journey, so that they are prepared for what they are faced with on the motherland. Most High Father, we are thankful, we glorify you, we honor you, we love you, we worship your name. We are grateful for your light, and we will continue to be conductors of your light to the darkness. In your mighty name, the King of Kings, the King of Judah, the Alpha and the Omega, Father of Isaac, Abraham, and Akobi, we are just so grateful for your love. We're so grateful that you have never let us down and that you continue to work your miracles in our life. To the Messiah, that sacrificial lamb that was sacrificed for our being, so that we would have a role model to be more like you, Father, a physical role model to be more like you. We give thanks. And to the Holy Spirit wisdom that keeps us in the fire, that keeps us ready to draw our sword, that keeps us from quitting, that keeps us here standing in Tanzania, keeps us here standing in Ghana, keeps us here standing in Africa. We give thanks and praise and honor. It's in your mighty name that we pray, Father. Hallelujah, and so it is.
Love y'all.
And there we have it.
Thank you so much. Sometimes words don't even feel like enough, but we will continue to pray for you. That's what I can say. I will continue to pray for you because I love you all so much. Thank you, my sisters. Honestly, I really thought I was alone. Like, honestly, I really did. But yeah, it's been so nice connecting with you.
Same here.
I know I haven't really been in the WhatsApp, but I was a bit under the weather first of all, and I was like, okay. But yeah, now that's it. Now I'm in. Like, okay, I'm in. All right.
All right.
Guys,
Tag you in. Yes. Another sister.
Right.
okay, that's it, guys. Like, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. Press the notification bell. But most of all, give praises to the Most High. Make sure you pray tonight. Peace. Shalom.
Love
Good
you
night.
all. Good night.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it and appreciate our guest today. And, you know, thanks for sticking with us. And that's it. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll be live.
Are we?
What's tomorrow? Monday. We'll be live tomorrow, 10 o'clock.
Okay.
We'll see you then.
See you then.
Peace.